sport. My favorite memory is countless hours getting stronger in the weight room. Zayden Baker, walking with Ryan and Laura, Barker. I'm sorry, Zayden. Favorite football memory is beating Blue Ridge. Favorite side to play, defense is way more fun. Next up, we've got our band seniors. Liliana Blake will be escorted by Mom Stacy. We've got Serenity Cabrera. Jasmine Quintana and family will be escorting her. Next, we've got Eden Coleman. Mom Leah and Dad Ben are escorting her. We've got Sheridan Earl, escorted by Mom Danielle and Dad Jim. Next, we've got Bradley Garvin, escorted by Mom Mary Lou and Dad Champ. Riley Kellaway, escorted by Mom Dee and Stepdad Steve. Cameron Kenyon, being escorted by Ryan. Next, we've got Briley Kleinman, escorted by Mom Carrie. Camilla McNeil, escorted by Mom Blanca and Dad Jonathan. Next, we've got Keegan, I'm gonna butcher it and I'm sorry. Kobowicz. All right. Escorted by Valerie and Sean, Mom and Dad. Now for the ladies of the group. We've got our Spirit Line seniors tonight. Kalina Cantor, escorted by Kevin and Felicity Cantor. Trivany Woodenberg, escorted by Stephen and Tia. Next, we've got Darian Dabler, escorted by Candy and Justin. We've got Elia Howe, Pamela and Isidore Aguilar. Bailey Brower, escorted by Mom and Dad Tom and Blair. And the last senior for tonight, Sammy Zerber, escorted by Dale and Denise Zerber. Congratulations, seniors.
It's time to tee it up and kick it off. It's time for the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. Presented by Hatch Toyota. Sports Zone Radio brings you unmatched coverage of football from around the White Mountains and beyond. No one does it like Sports Zone Radio. And now you can live stream HD video of our broadcast coverage exclusively at sportszone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio mobile app. All part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. Chaz Hatch refuses to lose a deal over $1. Hard-hitting broadcast coverage of White Mountains football is up next. Now, let's take you out to the field and join our broadcast team for tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week.
Welcome in, everybody, to tonight's broadcast of the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. My name is Floyd Simmons. It was my privilege to be a part of the Friday Night Football Show start to our activities tonight that most of you were listening to, and we thank you for that. And now we'll get ready to get going on our broadcast here from Show Low Ford Stadium. And that's the home of the Show Low Cougars. The captains for both teams will meet at midfield. We'll get a coin toss from the referee. That's Quinn Ashton. We'll get that going here in just a moment as we welcome you all into the broadcast. It's certainly not my preference, but I get to fly solo tonight. Byron Brown, B squared, he's out there somewhere he probably went to Los Angeles for the big LA Dodgers celebration. Did you guys see that ocean of humanity on the streets of Los Angeles out there celebrating today? It was unbelievable. I should have been there as a Dodgers fan, but I'm here instead, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being here because I get to see what could be the 3A East Region Championship game being played out on that field tonight by these two teams. You see that after the coin toss. We're going to see the Show Low offense first. We're going to get a taste of that Payson defense to start this one here in just a moment as we do bring you into the broadcast. Of course, those of you might be listening across Northeast Arizona on Mix 98 KRFM Show Low. KRFM is the broadcast home of Sports Zone Radio across the White Mountains. And we also want to welcome in our friends in Payson as well, the folks in Payson who normally follow the Payson Longhorns around the state, provide live video stream coverage, are taking our feed tonight, and we're thrilled to be able to provide the service to help out, help the cause. So to our broadcast friends in Payson, well, thank you for trusting us with your broadcast coverage on your live streaming platform tonight. Meanwhile, time for the national anthem.
Thank both Payson and Show Low marching bands for giving us that national anthem.
Well, that was well done by the combination of the Show Low marching band working in tandem with how about the Payson band as well, helping out on that one as the fight song gets blown out there from the band, and we get ready to go here on tonight's broadcast. The Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's brought to you by Hatch Toyota. Everybody, welcome into Show Low High School. You can see that the turf is it's changing colors as we go finally enter the winter season. I mean, it's been unseasonably warm, the games, except for one that I missed. Whenever that was, I guess 2 weeks ago, I missed a game for the first time in a very long time. I think it's only the fourth game that I've missed in 33 seasons of my involvement with the Friday Night Football show. And I missed because I had the opportunity to go back to Wisconsin and watch my youngest son play a college football game for the Carroll University Pioneers. He'll play again tomorrow, by the way, at 1 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, as UC Payson send it away, and we get underway on our broadcast of the Sports Zone Game of the Week. The return for Show Low comes out across the 20 and in the vicinity of the 23-yard line, where Show Low will take over the football, and we'll begin our broadcast and a look at the offense that's led by the junior. That's Cash Perkins. Cash Perkins, who had his best game as a starter yet for Show Low. Cash, you take a look at Brian Burke, the head coach. Next to him, Coach Savage, and that coaching staff for the Longhorns that know each other all too well. At least 3 members of that coaching staff were members of the 2008 Payson Longhorns State Championship team, a team that I think is the all-time greatest Payson team that ever existed. I asked Coach Burke about that. During the Friday Night Football show earlier. We interviewed him, and Coach agrees. He agrees it's the all-time greatest Payson football team. And you know what? He gets a little bit of an argument, he says, a little pushback from some of the old-timers who want to insist that maybe there might be another team or two out there that in Payson history that might have been better. We'll take a look at Dane Rusma. Dane Rusma carrying the football for the Show Low Cougars after 2 yards were gained a moment ago by, and I believe that was Jet Walker that got the first carry of the game a moment ago. Now it's Rusma on the carry, and for Dane, a junior on this team, that 2-yard pickup leaves 3rd and 6 for Show Low, their opening possession. And they'll go right to the air. Rolling to his right, Cash Perkins gets a little chip block, a nice bit of help from his teammate Jet Walker, a throw to the sideline that will be incomplete. That is intended for Cameron Hernandez. And Hernandez unable to gather it in at the sideline. That'll go incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down now. 4th down on the first pass attempt for Cash Perkins, unable to connect with a guy who was one of the heroes in the Show Low victory last week over the Yellow Jackets. Hernandez with a beautiful pick six for a touchdown in that game, as he read a screen pass from the Yellow Jackets perfectly. Blue Ridge had run this exact play a couple of times, and Cameron on the third try by Blue Ridge, they went to the well, I just think, one too many times, and Cameron was ready. He read it perfectly, and he undercut the receiver, stepped in front, intercepted, and went straight to the house, uncontested for a touchdown. About half the field he covered on that. Unable to make the catch a moment ago. We'll get a defensive penalty here. Still shy of the first down. It's now 4th down and 1, and Coach Mike Boyce, has he sent his offense back out on the field? Is he going to go for it in his own territory? Ball at the 32-yard line. That's the Show Low offense. They're going to go tight formation, direct snap, looking for Jet Walker, and I think Show Low has returned the favor. And they did. The left side of the offensive line got a little jumpy out there, and Quinn Ashton, our referee tonight, will indicate the false start on the Show Low offense. They just got a little bit too antsy, right? A little too anxious on that left side. So after they step it off 5 yards back the other way, it's 4th down and 6 again. And on comes the punt squad. And the ball is fumbled. And that's Chris York-Smith, the punter, who couldn't handle it. Maybe took his eye off it. By the time he picked it up, he felt, I guess, like there's no chance here for me. And York-Smith ends up eating that one. He is tackled by Payson deep in the backfield, and that's all the way back to the 21-yard line. That is going to end up being, let's see, a 6-yard loss for York Smith. And Show Low turns it over with 10:36 on the clock. You see it there on your screen on the graphic. 10:36 on the clock. The ball belongs to the Longhorns, and they're going to go on the ground and run right into the middle of the Show Low defense for very little, if any, gain on the play. The Longhorns, they go first with, and I'm going to say Marco Garicki. And boy, I tell you, I'm sure I'm not getting that right. It's one I should have checked before the game. We're going to call Marco G. How's that? No gain on that first down play. Handoff again, and is that Marco again going around the right side? He'll gain a little better than he did on first down. And in fact, it's a pretty good looking pickup. How about 5 yards on the pickup for Marco as Payson is going quick to the football. The Longhorns not wasting any time getting to the line, and now they're going to quickly run a play. And that one's going to go up the middle for a big gain. Yeah, the Longhorns doing well on this third down play. We're looking at 3rd down and 5 from the 17. And they ended up inside the 5-yard line. What's a 13-yard gain on the play? Payson looking good early. The Longhorns running attack. And the offense led by that young junior quarterback right there. That's Nolan Keeney. Nolan has been the top passer in the region. He'll hand it off this time, though.
Hand off number 32.
And that's not going to go very far.
Looks like it was brought down by Talon Sloan and Zayden Barker.
Let's check it here. I think it's going to be the fullback that gets it. It is. And Talon Sloan is going to step up and make the stop. That is Tajaya Burdett, freshman. Am I getting that right, Payson fans? I want to do you right if I can. Here's the give around the right side and a dive toward the end zone, and that one is going to go in for the Payson Longhorns. And on the road at Show Low, Payson, after getting a short field, recovering the bad snap on the punt, didn't take them long, and they're gonna march it in, take it in. That's going to end up being a 7-yard touchdown run. I'm going to have to check again here on the replay and see where they spotted the ball, the line of scrimmage there. And here comes the swinging gate on the point after try for the Longhorns. Eventually they will swing it back to normal. And Grady Bix is the guy. Is he the guy lined up out there to try the point after? I believe it is Grady, a sophomore. High snap, brought it down, kick on the way. Good looking kick. And it is good. And the Payson Longhorns were able to get on the board first by virtue of a Marco G touchdown run. And with 8:24 on the clock, we take a timeout here in the first quarter. Our score is 7-0 Payson in front of Show Low. This is Show Low Cougars Football. It's the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
Have you heard the big news? At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, we are bigger and better than ever. With our newly expanded emergency room facility and capabilities, we are even better equipped to handle your urgent needs with the care and efficiency you deserve. Discover the new standard in healthcare right in your backyard. Choose White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, where specialized and emergency care are now within reach.
Hey, have you heard the rumor that the free Lifeline phone program has ended?
I got some great news. It's not true. Cellular One is still providing free phones and unlimited talk and text nationwide, plus 5 gigabytes of high-speed data.
Wow, free unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigabytes of high-speed data.
Want to see if you qualify? Just visit your local Cellular One store today. You can walk out with a brand new smartphone and enjoy the biggest, most reliable network on the Navajo Nation. Cellular One, keeping you connected for over 30 years, and we're here to stay.
Deep kick by the Longhorns, fielded inside the 10-yard line by Jet Walker, and Jet is going to get knocked down at about the 24-yard line. When we bring you back in, everybody, the Sports Zone Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. You'll take a look again here on the replay. And we'll find you a defender. Is it that young sophomore? Got to see him run the ball a moment ago, and now for the Longhorns, Dujaya Burdett with the tackle on special teams, and Jet Walker is going to carry on first down. Jet ran into a defender and then was able to adjust just a bit and gain a couple of yards for the Cougars on the first down play to bring up second down and 8. So most of you paying attention out there have figured out by now what the scenarios are for the two teams that are playing today. If Payson wins, they are the outright 3A East Region champions here in 2024. Here's a quarterback run. Cash Perkins taking himself, and he'll cross the 30-yard line, about the 32 is where they'll spot him. And he's got about 6 yards on the gain. That's exactly what we're going to call it, a 6-yard gain by Cash Perkins. Perkins again. He'll follow one of his running backs around the left side. Perkins this time isn't going to get a whole lot out of it. Behind the lead block of Dax Lamson. Not a whole lot, but he got enough, didn't he? After the spot, just something in the vicinity of 3 yards, Perkins is able to help his team convert on third down and get that first down pickup. The chains move, and the ball is at the 35-yard line for Cash Perkins and Show Low in a tight offensive formation. Handoff straight up the middle. That is going to be Alexander Anderson. Anderson goes straight ahead, and Anderson is going to get just a bit. He's already early in this game, he's the fifth Show Low Cougar to carry the football. And the most anybody has carried is 2 yards. That's it. Or, I mean, 2 times. Pardon me, not 2 yards. That was a 6-yard gain a moment ago by Cash Perkins. Meanwhile, Show Low is moving the football. And they'll finally throw the ball for a first time. Perkins with an outlet to his running back. Jet Walker pulls it in, and Walker's got himself a 7-yard pickup. That's going to be Walker's first catch. That's first catch by anybody on that Show Low offense. Spot him down at the 44-yard line. It is just shy of the first down. For just a moment, it looked like he was going to get enough yardage. Pick up that first down. 7 the gain. And third and less than a yard now for Show Low. And they're going to get movement on the offensive line. It looked like it was the right side of the line this time, so the 5-yard step off will move Show Low back and present a third down, a different scenario for them. And we'll see if their head coach, Michael Boyce, decides to change up the play. And Ruzma will run in whatever that new call is from coach. And all that said and done, here comes the 6th play of the offensive possession for the Cougars. Rolling to the right, and a pass completed downfield. That was beautifully delivered into Payson territory. And it's going to end up being marked right at the 49, a 12-yard pickup to Dane Ruzma. And for the Cougars, a first down as you take another look. Perkins poised and delivering right on the money to the 49-yard line of Payson. That is a 12-yard pickup on the play, and Ruzma is probably the fastest guy on that Show Low team. Here's a kind of your classic RPO, and I mean that's like the stretched version of the RPO, and going out of bounds right at the sticks is the Show Low receiver. Maybe a yard shy, I guess. So for Show Low, the guy on the receiving end is junior receiver Josh Williams. Williams taking care of that one. And a 9-yard pickup on the play as Cash Perkins very efficiently a start to his night tonight throwing the football for Show Low. He is 3 of 4. And he leads his team with a second and very long 1 yard to go. Lost the handles on the snap and got gobbled up right there defensively by the Longhorns before he could make anything out of it. Bryson Waterman-Eccles, 6'3", 270, said, "We're going to stop you right there." A 4-yard loss on the play. And with 5 yards to get that first down and a third down play facing the Show Low offense, Coach Boyce calls timeout for his guys. We stay right here, everybody. Through the timeout, a 7-0 lead for the Payson Longhorns. As we are underway here now, Show Low here in the first quarter with the football, and it's for the Cougars, their third possession. First time ended on an attempted punt. And it was botched. The snap was botched. Show Low punter could not hang on to that. Once he finally picked it up, he decided that his best option was to try and run with the football, and that didn't work out too well. Payson stopped him dead in his tracks in the backfield at the 21-yard line, the Show Low 21-yard line. And for the Longhorns, a 5-play short field scoring drive. They ran the ball into the end zone, put the points on the board, and they've got a 7-0 lead here. As we return to the action with 5:09 on the clock. And the little jet sweep to Jet Walker. And Jet didn't have a whole lot of room to run there. Payson shut it down quickly. That is a 1-yard gain on the play for Jet. Well, Jet's waiting. He's trying to get started running the football tonight. We talked earlier in the season. It seemed like when Show Low was having all their troubles and they were losing games and they were struggling out there, they started the season 1-5. And Jet he was the one bright spot offensively. He was running the ball a lot and gaining a lot of yards. His average per rush carry was outstanding. And when they started winning games, it seemed like, for whatever reason, it seems like it went down. And you see that Payson just called timeout. Coach Burke wants to have a word with his defense on a 4th and 5. A 4th and 5 that Show Low is trying to convert here. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. I'll mention the time as often as I can remember for the benefit of our radio audience. But Jet Walker's yards per carry average tonight on 3 carries for 5 yards. That's not very Jet Walker-like for the season. Not what it had been. But I would say it's early, and don't worry about it too much. Along the way, I'm quite sure that Jet is going to start to get his, and it's hard to keep a good man down, especially when that good man is Jet Walker. 693 yards rushing coming into the game, 5.3 yards per carry for Jet Walker on this season in 2024. 4th down and 4. Movement on the defense.
Right on the play, encroachment.
And the defense moved a little too much. Payson gets caught, and Show Low's just going to do that. Show Low has been doing that. They go with a lot of hard counts on those 5 or less than 5 yards to get the first down situations. This time they were able to draw the left side of the defense across. I think that was Cash Morton out there, and we're going to try to give, if that is Cash, and that number 50, we're going to try to give him a little bit of break because he is a freshman. And the Cougars want to run the quarterback around the left side. Perkins, the cut back, and Cash is going to go diving toward the 30-yard line of Payson. And that'll be an 8-yard pickup on the play for Perkins as you watch again. Cash will cut back and slice that defense just a bit. Second down and a couple coming up. Perkins, early on in the game, carrying the ball more than we've seen him handle the football. Had a 5-yard loss at one point. 4 carries, 12 yards total right now for Perkins. Here is Dax Lamson's first run from scrimmage. Dax normally gets a lot of time, a lot of action, a lot of opportunities, and he'll gain 2 yards right there. And the 2 yards is good enough. Did I hear that right? The guy just said first down Cougars, right? Yeah, got it. Okay. First down, Show Low. Show Low's got it. They move the ball to the 28-yard line of Payson on that nice little pickup. You get serenaded by the tuba section here at Show Low High School. Perkins quickly out of the backfield to Jet Walker, and Jet is quickly and summarily dumped on the play. Let's have a ganders at that defender for Payson, who, playing downhill all the way, made a terrific play for the guys in purple out there. Caden Sanchez is who I've got, 5'9", 152. He saw the action unfolding in front of him. You'll see him come like a missile downhill, get that hit on Walker and drop him for a 1-yard loss. Walker, a 1-yard loss on the play. Show Low coming to the other side of the field now, and it's Walker again. Going forward on second down and 11. That'll end up being a 4-yard pickup for Jet. We'll have another look at the replay here, and then we'll check in on the third down and 7 situation. Live to the action. Here we go. 3rd and 7. Perkins delivers. I'm going to call that a backwards pass. And he's able to get something there with Josh Williams. So Perkins coming to the line. That's something that takes a lot of, it takes a lot of work, doesn't it? Working together, and that'll be a 4-yard pickup on the play. On the pass play to Sanchez. And 4th down and 3. How many times has Show Low faced 4th down on this possession? Is this the 3rd time? I think it is. Tight formation. Walker, direct snap. He'll throw. We haven't seen that. And unfortunately, Dak Lamson, he tried to make the diving catch. And it's going to go incomplete. And for Payson, after the field was stretched, and I mean stretched by this Show Low offense, Payson is going to get it back on the failure to convert on 4th down. The incomplete pass from Jet Walker. We got 1 minute and 34 remaining here in the first quarter. Payson takes back over the football, but Show Low stretching that field, and the Cougars have been kind of famous for that, if you ask me. And they have gone on a lot of long drives with the football this season, and there's another one, and oftentimes they've come up empty, no points. You see the Longhorns take this one straight up the middle. And the guy that gets his number called is Burdett. Burdett the carry for the Payson offense. That's good for 7 yards on the play. 2nd down and 3. Straight ahead as we approach the 1 minute mark. 1 minute mark here in the first quarter. Check the armband, and Nolan Keeney has the call from Coach Burke or whoever's calling the plays on that Payson side of the field. And this one is going to go across the 30-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Longhorns. To the 31-yard line, just a 3-yard gain on the play. 3 yards was plenty for Payson's offense. So they go 8 yards, they go 3 yards, and with 34 seconds on the clock in the quarter, Payson running what is that going to be? No, that's a fumble as it dropped. The officials are keeping that one, say it's a live ball. And the Show Low Cougars have come up with a takeaway. The Longhorns apparently fumbled the football deep in their own territory, and Show Low has the takeaway. Take another look at it. I think that's the play before. Payson, again, there's the previous play. Yeah, we're gonna check it for you here in a little bit. We'll get that for you with 25 seconds remaining. Payson fumbles. Dax Lamson carries. Show Low's new possession. It looks like they're at the 15-yard line, and then the Dax Lamson run right there. So the Cougars getting a bit of a break like Payson did with the short field that resulted in their first touchdown of the game. Payson a fumble there, and now a 6-yard gain for Show Low on that first down, and we'll flip sides of the field as the first quarter comes to an end, everybody. And what a start here at Show Low tonight. A great game. 7-0 Payson in this 3A East region showdown. Back with the second quarter in a moment. The Show Low Cougars and the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
The Factory Challenge is on! And Hatch Toyota in Show Low is stepping up! The factory has challenged us to sell 50 new Tundras by the end of the month. And guess what? We're gonna crush it! Every single Tundra, in every trim, every option, and every color will be sold at Factory Invoice. You pay exactly what we pay. You save thousands! We'll even show you the Factory Invoice. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price you'll find anywhere. The challenge is real, and the savings are massive. That's Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall.
Imagine watching your favorite team without a comfy couch to leap from when your team scores that winning touchdown, or a table for all of your favorite game time snacks, or even a media center to display your TV. Unthinkable. The Furniture Gallery, located in Snowflake, brings only the best to make your game time experience a winner. The Furniture Gallery will help make your house into a home, and they'll do whatever it takes to make you a customer for life.
We return to the action, and the Cougars are going to give it to Aiden Neese for a first time today. Aiden, one of the seniors on this team. There's a fumble. Yeah. Sorry about that. I was predisposed doing some other stuff, and I didn't realize Payson had forced a fumble. Show Low's got it back. Neese with the slippery hands on the play, and the Longhorns take back over the football.
Hand off to McCarney around the right side, brought down by Talon Sloan.
Well, let's see if we can get it all straightened out for you here. Marker down, as you can see, on the middle of that field. If the play stands, it's going to be about a 5-yard gain, but it's not going to stand. That's against the offense. Possession began at the 17-yard line. Personal foul on the offense.
Personal foul against the Longhorns.
That should be half the distance to the goal line. It is something thereabout.
Still first down.
They mark it back to just inside the 10-yard line for the Longhorns. Well, they got that big break on a turnover. Ball lost by Show Low. Show Low's had two problems early on in the game that have given the Longhorns the football. The first time was that botched snap to the punter, and that set up the touchdown that Payson scored. That gives them a 7-0 lead right now with 11:20 on the clock in the second quarter. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report comes up at the break. Here is a try to go off the right side. Mason Luchtel, the senior inside linebacker, is there to help make that stop. Carrying the football again, and boy, getting a lot of opportunities early on in the game to run the football is Dejaya Burdett. I hope I'm saying it right for you folks. Dejaya Burdett. Or Dejaya. One way or the other, second down and 14. Keeney will release the football. That one goes incomplete. He was looking for Keaton Potter. Incomplete, third down and 14. The ball sitting at about the 13-yard line for the Longhorns. That's a pretty good job defensively. I don't know if you watched that, saw that. Defensively, Cameron Hernandez ended up coming downhill, tried to make the play. He peeled off the guy that he was essentially guarding to then go after the quarterback. That allowed the quarterback to then try and hit Keaton with the pass, but it didn't work out. And there's a quarterback sack. Well, let me tell you that Cooper Peck, the transfer this season for Show Low, Cooper's really come on and started to have a great season here in the last 2 or 3 games. And he's able to get there and drop the quarterback for a 3-yard loss on the play and force the punt team to come out for the Longhorns. And a really a golden opportunity for Show Low to see if they can get a short field. Punt is away. And a fair catch is, no, it's not fair catch. For a moment, I thought that Jet Walker had put the signal up there. He hauls it in and he gets immediately tackled. Good coverage by the Longhorns, coming down to put a stop on Jet before he could really get underway. There's a marker down out there. You'll see Jet. The marker is down way back where the punter is located, and you were watching there as Braddock Flaherty. Braddock Flaherty is the guy that hustled down and made the great special teams play for the Payson squad. Personal foul is called on Show Low. So that must have been well after the play, and I think that means there's also going to be a 15-yard mark off from where the line of scrimmage is right now for Show Low, because the referee did say first down Cougars. So they'll step it back from the 43-yard line where the tackle was made on.
Appears to be against the Cougars.
That's where the tackle was made on Jet Walker. And so Show Low has it with 9:56 on the clock in the quarter, and Show Low wants to try and run straight up the middle against the Payson defense. So for the moment, the turnover doesn't prove to be costly at all. Show Low's going to try to run this one straight up the gut and go for 2 yards. 2 yards on the play. After they stepped off the penalty a moment ago, the flagrant foul of some kind, a 2-yard pickup right there. Second down and 8, straight ahead for Show Low's offense, led by the junior quarterback, Cash Perkins. Perkins on the season, it's been a season of growth, okay? And he'll be one of the first to tell you about that and about the changes that have happened. He's thrown for 753 yards on the year, 39% completions, 3 touchdowns, 7 interceptions coming into the game for Perkins, and he'll run it this time. Really not a whole lot he could do. He was trying to work off a Dax Lamson block in front of him, but Dax was unable to really I thought he posted up that defender initially, but really not able to do much more than he couldn't really drive him out of the way. Maybe Cash made his decision a little bit late, one way or the other. It's a 1-yard gain. Third down at 7. Show Low with the ball at the Cougars 45-yard line, and Perkins wants to throw, and he'll release quickly, and he's got a guy downfield. And the catch, the pass was in the hands of the receiver, Josh Williams. And then he got a nice pop from the defensive back who dislodged the ball, knocked it out. Good defense registered by the Payson defense. If I'm not mistaken, that's Wyatt Burdett. We'll find out who came up and popped Williams. It wasn't Burdett. Sorry about that. He was trailing the play. It was Marco G on the defensive play for Payson's defense. Here's the punt team on, and that one's blocked. And I think the punter, Chris Yorksmith was feeling it. I think he was gun shy after the last one. And so when he took the snap, you'll watch it right here. He just kicked it right into either his own player. He did. He kicked it right into the back of his own guy. Dax Lamson made a nice target, and you'll look again right here, and Chris just decided trying to knock that target down. So a couple of miscues on special teams for Show Low early on in this game, and with 8:39 on the clock, Payson takes back over, and they're going to slash the left side. It's the right side of the defense, the left side for the offense, and an 11-yard pickup on that play. The Longhorns getting some work done quickly on that first down give to Burdett. He did a nice job to weave his way through that defense before Dane Ruzma was able to put a stop on it. But it's a first down, and the ball at the 22-yard line of Show Low. So field position has been a factor in the first half, and it has had a lot to do with there was a fumble. Show Low fumbled, and Show Low's made a couple of mistakes. Well, the fumble by Show Low wasn't actually the costliest. That was deep in Payson territory. It was costly in terms of they were in scoring range. It's another pickup by the Longhorns around the left side. They're going to give it on the speed sweep. Test the right side of the defense. Marco G on the carry. But there was a marker down, and that works against Payson's offense. So they bring it back. The holding penalty will make it first down again at the original line of scrimmage, about the 22-yard line. So the winner of this game is in position to win the 3A East region. However, if Show Low wins the game, they do not outright win the region unless Blue Ridge beats Round Valley tonight at the Dome. And I'll have an scoring update from that game for you here in just a little bit. First down at 15. Payson going around the left side, and it's just a steady diet of... I've been saying Burdett. I'm sorry. It's Johnny McInerney. It's McInerney. There's two number 32s on the roster. I apologize. I spoke to Coach Berg in our pregame show. By the way, that was a solid 8-yard gain for McInerney. He is the guy that's been getting all those carries. And I've been given the wrong credit there. There are two number 32s on the roster we have for Payson. And they pick up another neighborhood, a 4-yard gain around the left side. Again, McInerney is the guy that carries the football. He is going to need that ice bath by the end of this one tonight. I'll tell you that. He's getting a lot of abuse out there. And then that Show Low defense. He ends up 3 yards shy, third down and 3. Whistles. They stopped play for a moment. I thought maybe they were stopping play so that they could. Somebody asked for a timeout. That did not happen. Third down and 3. Our situation, 6:51 remaining in the second quarter. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report at halftime here on our broadcast. And the Longhorns will line it up on third down. Well, Show Low might go for the hard count here. We'll see if Payson does something similar. Nope, they're going to go direct snap and bounce it around the left side. And that one's going to the house. 15 yards on the run. A touchdown registered by the Longhorns. And they are on the board again. What a start for Payson. They grab a 2-touchdown lead here in the first half. Marco G on the carry. Marco's got the points on the board for the Longhorns. They will run a quick shift. Get set for the point after try and try to make it a 14-0 lead here in what would for Payson be the outright region championship if they can continue their success and win this football game. A lot of football left. The point after is good. It's 14-0. We'll grab a timeout right after you take another look at the touchdown run on the direct snap. Marco ran into some trouble but bounced it out around the left side and nobody was there. And he's in for the score. This is the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
Your neighbors and friends won't have to fake their enthusiasm over your new wall. With the durability and strength of precast Verticrete walls from Hatch Concrete is a solid investment. Enhance your property's value with a two-sided decorative concrete wall that's as stylish as it is affordable. No yearly repairs or restaining needed. Request a free estimate from Hatch Concrete today, where quality isn't just a name, but a tradition.
Back into it. Welcome back, everybody. And if you're looking for an update from the Tot Workman Dome, I've got that update for you right now, thanks to the Sports Zone's Rochelle Austin. She checks in to let us know that Brody Crick has come up with an 80-yard touchdown. 80-yard touchdown run, I believe it is, for Brody. Point after was good at the Dome, and with 4 minutes and 18 seconds on the clock in the second quarter, Round Valley's broken through in a very low-scoring first half at the Dome. Scores 7-0, 7-0 Round Valley in front of Blue Ridge. So if Payson wins this game, they win the 3A East region. They will have gone unbeaten in the region. If Show Low comes back and wins this game, and Round Valley were to defeat Blue Ridge, there would be a three-way tie for first place in the region, and that would be broken by the rankings, the AIA's rankings, which will come out tomorrow morning, and there will be a bracket show tomorrow morning by the AIA, and we'll find out where the teams are positioned for the upcoming playoffs starting next weekend. Here is Cash Perkins, and there's your RPO. Show Low's running that true RPO, aren't they? Might run it. I'll dump the pass off, and Jet Walker gathers that one in, and Walker is going to go for about 3 yards. And that's what they'll call it, 3 yards. Second down at 7 for Show Low's offense. The line of scrimmage, the 38-yard line. The Show Low 38-yard line. 6 minutes 14 seconds remaining in the first half. So that's the situation. If Show Low wins and Round Valley wins, you get a three-way tie, and it is determined. It's broken. The tie is broken by the rankings. And that's how you find out who gets the plaque, the trophy, whatever it is they give at the region level for the region winner. Now, if Show Low wins and Blue Ridge wins at the Dome tonight, then the Show Low Cougars end up being the 3A East region champions. How do you like those bananas? Here's the speed sweep. Jet Walker cuts it back, and he's still on his feet going. Breaks another tackle into Payson territory, and Jet Walker is going to be wrestled down. It takes a couple of those defenders to bring him down. He didn't want to stop. And Walker, I'm looking for flags, because it's taken a moment for the chain gang to get the ball moved up the field. Take another look at this brilliant run by Jet as it goes inside the 25-yard line for Show Low. Walker, relentless on the run. I was going to say, he got this block or that block, but it doesn't seem like he got a whole lot of blocking once he got past the first line of defense for the Longhorns. Took a little while, and there was a marker down and something on the defense, maybe a face mask at the tackle. Personal foul, and that's going to go half the distance from the 21-yard line. Let me count it up for you. How about a 41-yard gain on that last play by Walker? Now it's Anderson giving Jet a bit of a rest after that run. He deserves that rest. And Anderson gets stonewalled right there at the line of scrimmage. There's a couple of guys stepping up, and it looked to be in the middle of that Payson defense. It looked like it was Sebastian McKinnon. Does that seem right, folks? Number 60 right across that defensive line was the first guy to get his big mitts on the running back. Sebastian, a sizable kid himself, 5'10", 210. That's what they list him at, and I'm not sure that's accurate. He looks bigger than that. Here's a fumble and a recovery by Dax Lamson. Lamson is going to be knocked down in the backfield. Dax has had a little trouble getting his game started so far here in this one tonight. So Dax loses about 3 yards. Ball is spotted back to about the 14, 15-yard line. That's where Show Low's offense will go to work here with exactly 5 minutes remaining in the first half on the way to the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. Third down, here it comes. Step up. Cash Perkins breaks the pocket and got knocked down. That was a good tackle by McInerney. McInerney has been the absolute Iron Man in this game so far for the Longhorns. He is doing everything. He's carried the ball, the lion's share of the runs from scrimmage for Payson, and roaming the field as a linebacker. You see him get out there and make a great tackle on Cash. It's an 8-yard pickup on the play for Perkins, but after the loss a moment ago, that sets Show Low up. Third down and 5, ball at the 7-yard line. Show Low takes Perkins off the field. Show Low lines Jet Walker up, and we'll take a timeout, everybody. At the 7-yard line, stand by. This is the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
Beeman Well Drilling is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio and the Friday Night Football Show, and they give support to each and every school and team in the White Mountains. Just like Sports Zone Radio, Beeman Drilling has the kind of experience that makes them the best at what they do. Paul Wyatt is the guy to talk to, and he'll take your call anytime, day or night, 537-1031. Or better yet, call him right on his cell phone, 928-205-7647. This football season, go deep with Beeman Drilling.
The gridiron is where teams come to battle and dominate. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders is that all-star teammate you need to dominate your project. They deliver all things dirt, from gravel, cinders, topsoil mulch, concrete materials, and more. Want to score big? Use the one that will get you that win. Perkins Cinders is helping you get a load of this.
Our thanks to Perkins Cinders, one of our presenting sponsors of our Game of the Week broadcast. Of course, it's brought to you by Hatch Toyota. Also, you heard from Beeman Well Drilling in that, and I wonder if our friend Paul Wyatt from Beeman Well Drilling happens to be listening to the broadcast. Paul is somewhere in Canada, I think, on a hunt. Here's a throw near the goal line. That pass is caught. Show Low receiver elevating to go up and get it near the goal line. Jet Walker. Walker hauls it in at the 1 or maybe even inside the 1-yard line. That was a big pickup. Didn't get the points out of it, but did convert on 4th down. That was a big play, huge play. And the Cougars are set up. They're knocking on the door, and they've got 4 downs to work with. So Cash Perkins goes in, delivers the first down, and checks back out of the game for the direct snap. And it's Jet Walker around the right side, and Walker is into the end zone for the Show Low points and their first touchdown of the game. The Cougars get on the board, and they did so by slicing some time off the clock here in the second quarter. They'll leave plenty for Payson, but I'm sure they're happy to have burned off some of it anyway. And in a game that I felt was going to be very low scoring, I think I still feel that way. I'm not sure we're going to see this the floodgates open up the rest of the way in this one. See if these defenses can batten some things down, but one way or the other with 3:44 remaining here in the first half, and the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report looming. Show Low is going to set up and try the point after. The kick is well on its way, and it looks good. It looks good. We're staying here, right? We're staying here. We're good. Right, we're staying here. Okay, very good. Take another look. Jet Walker steps across, and the score is good. Well, the playoffs begin next week. The AIA has their bracket show tomorrow. We find out where the teams are seeded. I think, win or lose, I think Show Low will make the playoffs, but they don't want to leave it up to leave it up to the algorithm, you know? They really need to take care of business tonight, get a victory, and assure themselves the playoffs. If they do, I think that does assure that 4 teams out of the East will make it into the postseason. Show Low hosting Payson here on our broadcast of Show Low Cougars Football, the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's brought to you by Hatch Toyota. A moment ago, I was talking about our friend Paul Wyatt from Beeman Well Drilling, one of our sponsors, and Paul is out there hunting with his friends. I think they're in Canada, and I just wonder, Paul, if you're out there, if you're tuned into the game paying attention, Paul, can I get a text message, a little shout-outs? Short kick. Payson is going to get a short field. I think I might have wanted to kick that one deep if I were the Cougars. See if I could pin them back 10, 15 yards more shallow than this. Payson's going to have some good field position. They're on 38-yard line after that short kick. Let's get an update from Round Valley. Connor Luker has intercepted a Yellow Jacket pass. That happened with 40 seconds left in the second quarter. And then a touchdown pass from Connor Luker to Stanton Wilson. Point after kick was successful. And Round Valley leads Blue Ridge 14-0 with 18 seconds left in the first half at the Dome. How about that? How about the Elks rising up? Boy, tough place to win a football game if you're a road team, the Dome. And look at Payson getting to work, and Mr. McInerney is starting to feel it, isn't he? He is really starting to get warmed up out there on a brisk, cold night with winter finally, it seems, settling in here in northeast Arizona. It's a little bit chilly out here tonight. That's not going to stop Mr. McInerney on the night that he is having. They wanted to give it to him again after that 13, 14-yard pickup. Took the ball into Show Low territory. The offense will get flag 5 yards. You take a look at the crowd here at Show Low High School. Pretty good crowd. And, well, am I looking at the Payson crowd? Maybe I was just now looking at the Payson crowd, wasn't I? And they're well represented. Payson traveled nicely here to the game tonight. We are approaching 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. First down at 15. Payson moved back into their own territory. The ball at the 47-yard line. Coach Burke had decided he was going to run, I think, the exact same play that they had called on the previous play that was stopped by penalty, and this one is stopped as well. Will Coach Burke change his mind now on 1st and 20? I'd like to get inside the mind of Brian Burke, the coach, right now, and figure out what he's going to decide on. I do know this. He is a former lineman, both offense and defensive lineman in his playing days at Payson. And if I know linemen, anything about them, when they become coaches, they like to run the football, and that's exactly what they're going to do. And look at McInerney running over a defender, sidestepping another, and he's going to step out of bounds, short of a first down. Well, maybe not short. Markers down afterward as McInerney is forcefully knocked down on the track, and he is rolling around in a fair amount of pain. Maybe he's going to bounce up finally now. He looked like he was in a lot of pain. Coach Burke racing across the field, and now he is going to get flagged. So markers were thrown, I think, on Show Low, and now Coach Burke comes out, and I'm not sure that his language met the requirements of our referee. Well, the guy that, it's not the referee, I take it back, it's the back judge. I think that's Brian Lang, the back judge there, part of this crew, and he did not apparently take well to what Coach Burke had to say in response to that very aggressive and physical finish to the play by the Show Low defense. Spirited to say the least. These officials now, they're marking numbers down, they're writing stuff down. Johnny McInerney is the guy that came up with a great play, which I believe we're going to look at here in a moment, but we're trying to give a chance. We'll just take a look right here. Here's the reverse angle of that broken tackle. Miss me there. It was another great job to make another guy miss, and here he is. And well out of bounds. My goodness. I mean, how many steps out of bounds was that before the push came.
Conduct. Payson.
So let's see. They called unsportsmanlike on Payson, and I think that's the one that came on the coach. And they called. Well, hold on a second. I didn't see the whole discussion. There's another flag down right there. You see it. It's on the Payson side. Here comes the referee to talk to Coach Burke. And we're going to get a sideline warning. A sideline warning on the Longhorns. Well, I don't know. I tried to track with the whole thing there, and I'm not sure what happened in the end with the call, except that it looked like they called that unsportsmanlike on the coach. Take a look right here. There goes. Was a step out of bounds, and McInerney starts to slow down because he's well out of bounds by this point. He gets a little nudge right there from Luchtel. And that set off that whole exchange. It's first down. Look at that. It's first down for Payson. And about the Show Low 36-yard line. Short field rushing attempt by McInerney. He has become just the guy. I mean, he's getting just about every carry that Payson troubles themselves to go through. And he gained a yard before he went out of bounds there to stop the clock with 2:27 remaining here in the first half. A 14-7 lead for the Longhorns. They've got the ball in Show Low territory. Now second down and 9. Line of scrimmage about the 35-yard line. They're going to run a little misdirection, and that's going to work nicely for the Longhorns. They'll gain yardage to about the 22 or 23-yard line. And it's Keaton Potter, the guy that ends up with the nice gain. So after running it over and over and over, just kind of going straight ahead, the misdirection off that catches Show Low a little bit flat-footed, and another first down for the Longhorns. Fake it this time. The quarterback himself will take it around the left side. There's a big block that is deemed clean, so it wasn't a blind block that sprung the quarterback for another nice gain out there near the sticks. Nolan Keeney on the carry. Now watch this block on the edge. Let's see how this looks. Just a little influence block, nothing at all overly aggressive about the block. Nothing to worry about. And that's, in fact, how you're supposed to block that. When the defender is blind to your block, you cannot just lay the guy out. And so it was a good block on the edge by the Longhorns. Second down and 1 coming up, and they'll try the middle with McInerney. And he does not want to go down, does he? I mean, he just does not want to give up on the second contact. Inside the 10-yard line he goes. Another first down for the Longhorns. It's first down and goal. The ball at the 8-yard line. What was that? I think that's a 6-yard pickup on that last play. And now with a minute 42, Payson on the doorstep. They'll give it. And a big hit is made. They got multiple Cougars getting there, but let's say we give credit to the guy that I thought made the initial and probably most important hit. That's Talon Sloan. Sloan stepping up, making that play. As you see, one of those Payson Longhorn linemen having an issue, and he'll step off the field. Called his name on defense earlier for a nice play made. Sebastian McKinnon, check out of the game for a moment. Boy, that's just about half the defense got there on the play. To drop the runner for a 3-yard loss. Back to the 11-yard line. Second down and goal now coming up for Payson. The Cougar 11. 5 seconds on the play clock, by the way. Got to hustle up. And they get set, get it snapped just in time. But on the toss, the ball is loose. The Cougars have a shot at it. The Cougars say they've got it, and they do! Wow, what a play made by the defense. Mostly, I think, that was done because of the confusion getting to the ball and lining up. Payson was running out of time to get the snap off, and they were just kind of rushing themselves. A little bit of a bad exchange on the toss. Well, it was right there, but the running back took his eye off it. The ball goes loose. Scrambled around. Is it Cooper Peck, I believe it was. Peck that comes up with the fumble. The ball carrier does not appear on my roster if that was indeed number 46 for the Longhorns. And deep on first down into man coverage, and Cameron Hernandez couldn't come up with it. The ball was underthrown a bit by Perkins, and Cam was able to come back to it, and really probably should have caught the ball right there. I know he's going to feel like he should have. It was Braddock Flaherty defensively out there in man coverage. Ended up being a jump ball, and Hernandez got the advantage by coming back to it. He was able to find the ball first. Could not hold on to a ball that he probably should have held on to. Stops the clock with 47 seconds left. 2 receivers left for Show Low. Now, one thing they don't want to do is give the ball up, having not run any real time off the clock, and this one will run time off as Cash Perkins gets a do-si-do down the field. Anybody for a little do-si-do? That's about a 16-yard pickup, but another marker is down, this one against the offense. Well, you spin your partner round and round, but unfortunately for the Cougars, at the net of the whole thing after a penalty marker flies is they're going to lose 5 yards. Second down and 15. Ball back inside their own 10, near the 5-yard line, about the 6-yard line is where Show Low will snap the football. Am I seeing that right? They are huddling awfully close to the line of scrimmage, if I'm seeing it right. Maybe I'm not. And the ball is closer to the 8-yard line. So that's what we'll call it, the 8-yard line. Perkins looking toward the sideline, directing traffic, trying to get his guys to go downfield, and he will be hit on the release. It's intercepted. Payson's got it, and they've got it with 9 seconds on the clock. And check it out. The defender has it. There's another marker down. Show Low's going to hope that they get some help there. Is that Trey Marinelli? Marinelli, the defender. As the ball came up, we have illegal man downfield on the Show Low offense. That'll be declined by Payson. They'll take over just when it looked like the Cougars were going to escape further damage. Now Payson has at a minimum an opportunity to kick a field goal, but they've got time on the clock, and our graphic shows 1 timeout remaining. Maybe run a quick play. Even if they ran the football, a rushing play from scrimmage, they would still leave themselves with some time to try a kick or run yet another play from scrimmage. Well, the ball got knocked, batted, and a great job by Marinelli to chase it down and give his team some great field position. Jet Walker saving a touchdown for just a moment anyway, and the ball is back to the 8-yard line. That was the line of scrimmage for Show Low before they ran the play. And the Longhorns will set it up inside Show Low's 10. Well, again, it just, you had that feeling that Show Low had really escaped something right there. And they were able to get the ball back from Payson after the Longhorns looked like they were going to score a touchdown the previous possession. Then all of a sudden, you get the interception. Maybe we'll try to dissect that play again here on the replay a moment. Moment from now, here's a throw to the end zone into traffic. And it's incomplete. Stops the clock with 4 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
4 seconds on the clock.
Another opportunity on the way. You know what? Payson likes the idea of a field goal try. See if they can stretch this to a 10-point halftime advantage. Timeout. And it's Show Low asking for that timeout.
Timeout, Show Low.
Well, while we await the outcome of the Payson apparent field goal try that's on the way in a moment, who is that defender that got there? A little difficult for me to see the number from that angle, so I'm not yet sure who that was. Check something from the Round Valley Dome, the Tot Workman Dome. Let's see, Blue Ridge on the kick return from that touchdown we mentioned a moment ago for the Elks that gave them a 14-0 lead. Blue Ridge fumbled. And, okay, so no damage, although probably not too happy if you're Blue Ridge. Fumbled the kick return. It was recovered by Jared Cox for Blue Ridge as you get set to watch this field goal try for the Longhorns. And the kick is good. Time expires on that kick. Payson takes the 17-7 lead on into halftime, and in a pretty good first half of play right here. This Longhorns team looking good on this final regular season Friday night of high school football. Next week, the playoffs. We'll continue to give you updates from the Dome as well, and we'll check in on Snowflake and see what they're doing as they host Apache Junction tonight at Lobo Stadium. All that and more as we break it down for you on the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. That is on the way next, everybody. 17-7, Payson in front of Show Low. This is the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
Hatch Toyota will pay the top dollar for your trade, whether you buy a vehicle from us or not. Get a free appraisal. Get a free Carfax report. Get a check. And we'll pay you up to 120% above Kelley Blue Book value. Hatch Toyota is buying quality late model vehicles. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall. Get an appraisal. Get a check. We want your vehicle and are willing to pay for it. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and hatchtoyota.com.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
Your neighbors and friends won't have to fake their enthusiasm over your new wall. With the durability and strength of precast Verticrete walls from Hatch Concrete is a solid investment. Enhance your property's value with a two-sided decorative concrete wall that's as stylish as it is affordable. No yearly repairs or restaining needed. Request a free estimate from Hatch Concrete today, where quality isn't just a name, but a tradition.
Hey, Lifeline phone users, important news flash. If you don't use your phone regularly, it could get deactivated. Remember, use it, don't lose it. Call, text, or go online weekly to keep your free benefit active. Cellular One is here to keep you connected with our free Lifeline phone program, offering unlimited talk and text nationwide, plus 5 gigabytes of high-speed data. Stay connected with the largest, most reliable network on the Navajo Nation. Visit your nearest Cellular One store or mycellularone.com for details.
The gridiron is where teams come to battle and dominate. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders is that all-star teammate you need to dominate your project. They deliver all things dirt, from gravel, cinders, topsoil mulch, concrete materials, and more. Want to score big? Use the one that will get you that win. Perkins Cinders is helping you get a load of this.
Beeman Well Drilling is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio and the Friday Night Football Show, and they give support to each and every school and team in the White Mountains. Just like Sports Zone Radio, Beeman Drilling has the kind of experience that makes them the best at what they do. Paul Wyatt is the guy to talk to, and he'll take your call anytime, day or night, 537-1031. Or better yet, call him right on his cell phone, 928-205-7647. This football season, go deep with Beeman Drilling.
If you like rodeos and you like Christmas, then how about a cowboy Christmas at the National Finals Rodeo? Right now, when you choose the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint to replace your insured windshield, everyone gets steak dinner for two at Cattleman Steakhouse and 2 movie tickets at the WME Theaters. Or you can choose a $100 gift certificate for window tint. And right now, everyone, cash or insurance, gets their name in the hat to win a vacation they will never forget. 2 premium tickets to see the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas, including 2 nights at Caesar's Palace, and gas money. Don't miss out on steak dinners, movie tickets, window tint, and a shot at winning a trip to the National Finals Rodeo in December.
536-597, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cashback.
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
So it is halftime here at Show Low High School. Show Low Ford Stadium is the home of the Show Low Cougars during football season, and our broadcast coverage of the Sports Zone Game of the Week is presented to you by Hatch Toyota. My name is Floyd Simmons. Welcome back in, everybody. And well, it finally got cold here in Northeast Arizona. It's cold out here tonight for a finish to the regular season. Show Low hosting Payson. Show Low came into the game, the number 16 ranked team in 3A football. A 4-5 overall record. Payson, the number 9 team in the state, 7-2 record. They are trying to bounce back from last week's loss to the Valley Christian Trojans. And that one, loss followed successive victories over Round Valley, then Blue Ridge, to get them to a 7-2 record. Right now, 17-7 halftime lead. For those listening on radio, you are listening to Mix 98 KRFM Show Low, the broadcast home of Sports Zone Radio. And we want to thank our friends at KRIM Radio, KRIM in Payson. And they are carrying our live video coverage on their platform. So guys, hope all is going well for you at KRIM. 17-7 here at halftime. Payson in front of the Show Low Cougars. Senior night for Show Low, and so they got a little extra for the audience, for the fans. The marching band will make their way out onto this fading grass. The grass is starting to feel that winter is on the way, and what was a brilliant green grass on a brand new surface this season here at Show Low, by the way, in the summertime. Kind of the entire community rallied. They all rallied around this Show Low program and put a new surface in. Took the old one out, leveled things up, put some new medium in there, some new material to offer some better drainage. Took down this massive crown that the field had. I mean, it was a massive crown. So they did that work and fixed it. You know, some of our partners were involved, and I would mention specifically Perkins Cinders. They had a lot to do with it. The new grass was installed, and, it's a great-looking field. Drains better. The crown isn't quite there anymore. You can't stand on one sideline and not see the kneecaps of a guy standing on the other sideline like you maybe used to. Much better. By the way, not the only team in the area to get that new field, right? Snowflake got a brand new field. That one an artificial surface here in the offseason. They got that done just before the season began for Snowflake. The Lobos checking in tonight, undefeated, 8-0, number 1 ranked in 4A football. Hosting Apache Junction tonight. We'll get you an update here in just a little bit on that game from Snowflake. We do know that at halftime at the Round Valley Dome, 14-0, Round Valley in front of Blue Ridge. If Round Valley wins, and Show Low wins this game, then it's a three-way tie for first place, and the rankings that come out tomorrow will be the deciding factor in crowning whoever is the 3A East Region champion. If Payson wins, that settles any issue. There's no other scenarios that matter. If Show Low wins and Blue Ridge comes back and beats Round Valley at the Dome tonight, then Show Low is the outright region champion. So Show Low's hoping for some help from their arch rivals and the team that they beat, and they, really just kind of changed their whole season in doing so. They beat Blue Ridge last week at Blue Ridge. What a great game, 21-18, the final. Extremely well played by Show Low. If Show Low's never really wanted Blue Ridge to win a football game, have they? And you know what? I'll tell you this as well. If Show Low doesn't win this one, then they don't want Blue Ridge to beat Round Valley. Let me put it that way. The only scenario where you might get Show Low hoping that Blue Ridge does them a favor and wins a football game would be if Show Low does come up with a comeback in the second half to win this game. Only down by 10 right now. There's a lot of football, and certainly will be plenty of opportunities for Show Low in the second half of this one. I want to mention one other thing real quick. That great event that happened today in Snowflake. Some of you were there, I'm sure, and enjoyed the afternoon with the Arizona Diamondbacks. They christened a new Little League field there. It's not really a new field. They just remodeled the old field, spent about $500,000, did the Diamondbacks and Arizona Public Service, and gave Snowflake essentially a new field, new lights, beautiful light, amazing lights for the Little League field. And the surface is second to none. It's beautiful there at Snowflake, and they're very proud of it and happy about it. And the Diamondbacks were in town. Derek Hall, the president of the team, was there. The general manager was there. Other front office personnel were there. They had 45 Diamondbacks employees that arrived by bus for the event today. And the community turned out as well. Snowflake, half the town, it felt like, was there. It was a great crowd, very well attended, a lot of kids. Great time for the community. The Diamondbacks loved it. And Tori Lavello, the manager, is the guy for whom the field was named. He is now Tori Lavello Little League Field in Snowflake, and that manager for the Diamondbacks will be forever remembered now there in Snowflake. His name will be emblazoned from this point forward. He's a great guy, kind of a wonderful dude, really, and it's good to meet him. Very humble, family-oriented, community-oriented guy, and I don't know, Snowflake was really thrilled that they decided to name it for Tori Lavello. And he was there, gave a great speech, spoke for a long time, really. And really, the Diamondbacks put on a great show, and so did the Snowflake Little League and the community. So it was good. It was a good time. It was good stuff. And if you were privileged to be able to be there and check it out, you know what I'm talking about. We will get you an update on the Snowflake Lobos here just as soon as we can. And we'll also be following in the second half from the Dome that Round Valley and Blue Ridge game. Meanwhile, here at halftime in Show Low, it is Payson 17, Show Low 7. We'll be back in a moment to wrap up the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report from right here at Show Low High School. Stand by, everybody. Our halftime continues right after this.
If you like rodeos and you like Christmas, then how about a cowboy Christmas at the National Finals Rodeo? Yeehaw! Right now, when you choose the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint to replace your insured windshield, everyone gets steak dinner for two at Cattleman's Steakhouse and 2 movie tickets at the WME Theaters. Or you can choose a $100 gift certificate for window tint. And right now, everyone, cash or insurance, gets their name in the hat to win a vacation they will never forget. 2 premium tickets to see the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas, including 2 nights at Caesar's Palace, and gas money. Don't miss out on steak dinners, movie tickets, window tint, and a shot at winning a trip to the National Finals Rodeo in December.
5, 3, 6,
factory challenge is on! And Hatch Toyota in Show Low is stepping up! The factory has challenged us to sell 50 new Tundras by the end of the month. And guess what? We're gonna crush it! Every single Tundra, in every trim, every option, and every color will be sold at factory invoice. You pay exactly what we pay. You'll save thousands. We'll even show you the factory invoice. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price you'll find anywhere. The challenge is real, and the savings are massive. That's Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall.
Imagine watching your favorite team without a comfy couch to leap from when your team scores that winning touchdown, or a table for all of your favorite game time snacks, or even a media center to display your TV. Unthinkable. The Furniture Gallery, located in Snowflake, brings only the best to make your game time experience a winner. The Furniture Gallery will help make your house into a home, and they'll do whatever it takes to make you a customer for life.
That's the Show Low Marching Band entertaining the crowd here at halftime at Show Low High School. Pardon me. That cough that beset me about a week and a half ago is making its return here tonight on a very cold night at Show Low Ford Stadium, the home of the Show Low Cougars. My name is Floyd Simmons, everybody. And we've got a 17-7 halftime lead for the Payson Longhorns over the Show Low Cougars. Final thoughts on the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. And the final thoughts are this, that when it comes to playoff time, it's going to get quite interesting, I think, in the 3A. This is one of the better years for parity. And, there's a couple of teams at the top that are going to be particularly tough. I think Benjamin Franklin is going to be very, very tough to deal with. They are the number one ranked team in 3A football. Thatcher, we know they're good, and we've seen them play twice here at the Sports Zone. We certainly have a lot of regard for what the Thatcher Eagles are capable of, but I think they've proven that they're beatable, and they have been beaten twice. Push Ridge, the latest team to hand Thatcher a loss, and that happened recently. Push Ridge is ranked number 4, and I think that while they're not unbeatable, I think they're going to be a big challenge for whoever comes along. ALA West Foothills is the number 3 team, sandwiched right between number 2 Thatcher and number 4 Push Ridge. All those tough. And then don't forget Mojave. Mojave, with all that returning talent from last year. They did have a head coaching change during the season, and I don't know what the net result of the change is going to be. But they're good. Somebody around here has got a propane heater. I can smell it. I can smell it. Somebody's got one. And why not share a little bit, guys? I mean, come on, share a little bit of that heat. Climb under the Sports Zone canopy and let's share some of that heat. They got these 2 big propane heaters on the sidelines here at the Show Low bench, and they've also got a big one on the Payson side, but that does me no good. That's doing me no good. Our score 17-7. Payson in front of Show Low, the Payson Longhorns. Well, I don't know. Is that a halftime prayer? I don't know that I've seen that before. I've seen the pregame prayer. I've seen the postgame prayer. I don't know if I've seen the halftime prayer, but Payson is gathered on their sideline, and on the Show Low side, they're all congregating to have a little last-second word before they get ready for the second half kick. Payson's going to get the ball first in the second half, and we're going to see another steady diet of that Payson running back, Johnny McInerney. He had a great first half, carried the ball a lot. On the Show Low side, it's time for the defense to step up, isn't it? Time to get a stop or 2 along the way. Hey, the Sports Zone is going to be covering playoff football into this upcoming postseason. And we hope that you plan to join us for 4-hour coverage beginning next weekend. coming up after our broadcast of the Sports Zone's Game of the Week here. And Show Low, we will return to our radio coverage following our post-game wrap-up. In the post-game, we'll talk to our Sports Zone Player of the Game. That is brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Somebody, or maybe even a couple of those gridiron heroes, are going to collect for themselves very nice T-shirt from White Mountain Regional Medical Center. That's in our postgame. That'll be on the radio. And if you want to listen to that radio coverage and you can't get it on an FM radio in the region, wherever you happen to find yourself around the world, you can tune in to our radio coverage on the radio station's website. That would be, the URL is 985krfm.com, 985krfm.com, to listen in on the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show. Very short kick and a full head of steam. Ball comes popping out of there. And Payson might have jumped on it to retain the possession, but a little ominous start to the second half. Full speed. Was that Lucas Lee right there, number 26? Who got the ball, carried it back, and didn't even really get popped all that much right there. Show Low, a terrific job to get hands in there maybe. Payson able to cover that thing up at the 38-yard line, and we're underway with the second half of our broadcast of the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. And that is going to be Johnny Football, Johnny McInerney carrying the ball around the right side. He got exactly 10 yards on the rushing play, and that's enough for a Payson first down. Out to near midfield. The Longhorns see if they go about trying to wear down that. No, that was a very favorable spot, wasn't it? He got a whole extra yard out of it. But try to see if they can wear down that Show Low defense. Here's the snap and the give, and McInerney kind of unfazed by initial contact, isn't he? And then it took another 2 or 3 Cougars on top of that initial hit to stop that young man, but not before he reached the Show Low 49-yard line. 3-yard gain on the play. Second down and 7 now. 11:05 remaining in the third quarter. We just started. We are just a minute into this second half right here. Payson hustling up to the line now. Can they get the snap away? They almost got the delay. McInerney sweeping left. Blockers leading the way, and he got some good blocks, especially at the line of scrimmage. And he ends up with a nice gain. How about, see where they finally put him. How does 17 yards sound on the run for McInerney? He is really turning in a great night for Payson in the running game. Came into the game, he had less than 300 yards total rushing, but he'll add a lot to that here tonight against Show Low. That's another nice run by a Longhorn player. This one resulting in about an 11-yard gain. The guy on the receiving end. This one was Marco G. So Marco with the catch, the ball to the 21-yard line, and Payson, who was thwarted a couple of times in the red zone by Show Low's defense. We'll see what they can do right here as they get the first possession of the second half, and they have already marched the ball to the 21-yard line of Payson. 17-7, the lead right now for the Longhorns. And they do a little cross buck in the backfield.
Stop the line of scrimmage. Looks like Corbin Wood and Talon Sloan.
Well, let's see. They opted this time not to give it to Johnny Football. And it was Nathan Sosi. Nathan Sosi, the carry, sophomore running back, getting an opportunity right there for Payson. Lost a couple of yards on the play. Second down and 12 straight ahead. Sosi checks out. And the single setback flanking the quarterback. That quarterback is Nolan Keeney. That is McInerney. They're going to give it on the jet sweep around the left side. Got a hit of steam. But as soon as Keaton Potter got his shoulder squared, the shoulder defense showed up. It ends up about a 5-yard gain on that play. Defensively for the Cougars, there were a couple of guys that helped make that stop right there, but Corbin Wood, who has come in filling in defensively for Daniel Rawlings. Rawlings, one of the top tacklers in the state. It's so important to the Show Low defense. He got injured a couple of games back. So he is out. Corbin Wood, his replacement, has really stepped up and did a nice job trailing the play, tracking the play down right there. Here's contact as the ball gets there. But the pass is caught anyway. It'll be short of a first down. 4 yards. 4 yards or something in that vicinity on the pickup on the pass play for the Longhorns. The guy that did haul it in, Marco again there. Marco G. Boy, a little whiplash there. His numerical counterpart on the Show Low defense applying the hit, Cameron Hernandez. And quickly hustling to the line. Here come the Payson Longhorns on 4th down and 3, and they're going for it. Direct snap to Marco G. And Marco is going to get wrapped up. He got caught in the backfield. And I do not think he got the yardage needed for the first down. Needed 3 yards on that play. I know contact happened initially in the backfield. Look at it again right here. And the stop is made shy of the first down. And on 4th down, Payson fails to convert. Show Low takes back over the football. And their new possession, the Cougars' new possession. We've seen this right now multiple times in the game. The Show Low defense, after bending quite a bit, refused to ultimately break, and they didn't right there. And from their own 14-yard line, they take over. Cash Perkins lines up the offense. Show Low back in business. And they're going to just throw a quick fade down the left sideline and just off the fingertips of Ruzma. Ruzma draws some contact, though, from the cornerback on this near side, trying to stay with the very speedy Ruzma was Braddock Flaherty, and those guys have matched up a number of times in the game already tonight. The officials discuss it, and I think it's pretty much academic. Should be a pass interference on the defense. Hold on a minute now. That's a personal foul. That's not pass interference.
Play results in personal foul against the Longhorns.
Take a look here from the sideline view. Here's your contact early. And then after the play, and we're going to catch this. We'll get a replay of this first down run over the right side, and that is a nice pickup. Was that 14 yards maybe? Jet Walker will carry the ball. Take a look at Jet right there. Well, on that previous play, as you watch Jet looking for some space and a nice pickup, first down Show Low. They've got the ball at their own 45-yard line, and more conversations going on between these officials out here. This game has been held up quite a bit on just that right there, on infractions and other discussions that the officials have had to have, and a holding penalty brings that Walker run right on back. It was a nice gain, nice looking run by Jet. All for naught right there. I think it was actually a 16-yard gain, but like I said, they're going to wipe that one off. Going back to that previous play, at the end of it, it looked like what happened was they did not call a pass interference, but the contact that was made on the receiver after the ball was incomplete, 2 or 3 steps afterward, was what the officials frowned upon. They didn't like it too much. It didn't seem like it was overly aggressive. Here's a reverse to Ruzma. Ruzma cutting back, spinning out of a tackle, and Dane is going to cross the 35-yard line. He'll be down at about the 37. So needed 18 yards and got 15 on the play. It'll be second down and 3. Second down and 3 coming up for Show Low. So a little trickeration. Ruzma's got a lot of speed. Decided to cut back. into the arms of the Payson defenders. Landon Parton was there, helping out make the play for Payson. Here's a throw, and it's off the fingertips. Incomplete to Josh Williams. The clock stops here in the third quarter, 6:27 on the clock. And we have, neither team has been able to break the ice here in the second half. The ice, it's cold. Getting cold in northeast Arizona. Got some weather coming in on Sunday. Got a third down play on the way in a moment. Third down and a very long 2 yards to go for the Cougars. They'll run a little trap. And that's going to be good for the first down yardage necessary. 8-yard pickup for Dax Lamson. Show Low's got the first down. Cougars moving the ball and moving the clock as well. 6 minutes and 14 seconds. Neither team has spent a timeout in the second half. Show Low has taken their time getting out of the huddle. 15 seconds on the play clock. Under 6 minutes now remaining in the third quarter. Motion, Jet Walker motions to the backfield, and they quickly hand it to him. And Walker fights his way to the 49-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play for Jet. Second down and 6. Remaining for Show Low's offense. 17-7, the lead for the Cougar, the Payson Longhorns. That's the deficit the Cougars have to try and overcome. From the gun, fake it and keep it. Cash Perkins bounces off a tackler. He's got the first down and a burst of speed into Payson territory. And counted up, that's 13 yards on that play. That first down run for Perkins. Stayed in bounds. Nice read. It really was a great read, wasn't it? And then, of course, able to slip that tackle before finally the open field tackle is made by Johnny McInerney. Is there any question about the Sports Zone player of the game if everything stays the way it is right now? Here's the RPO, and looked like a backwards pass to Ruzma. The officials are going to get together and talk about something that looks like right at 10 yards for Show Low, and the officials are going to wave off a flag and call that a 10-yard gain. Somebody's going to have to eyeball that one. See if we end up with a first down. The umpire is Aaron Hewish. And yes, they say first down ball at the Payson 28-yard line. Now 4:40 on the clock. Show Low. And we've seen this, the buck sweep action. And Jet Walker has another first down, but again, flags go flying out there on the field. And that'll be a hold on the offense. So it was the umpire himself that threw that flag, and when he throws his flag, you know what that normally means. And somebody is hurt on the field for Payson. They're going to come out and take a look. We're going to take a timeout real quick, everybody. A 17-7 Payson lead. This is the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota.
Beeman Well Drilling is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio and the Friday Night Football Show, and they give support to each and every school and team in the White Mountains. Just like Sports Zone Radio, Beeman Drilling has the kind of experience that makes them the best at what they do. Paul Wyatt is the guy to talk to, and he'll take your call anytime, day or night. 537-1031. Or better yet, call him right on his cell phone, 928-205-7647. This football season, go deep with Beeman Drilling.
Hey, have you heard the rumor that the free Lifeline phone program has ended?
I got some great news. It's not true. Cellular One is still providing free phones and unlimited talk and text nationwide, plus 5 gigabytes of high-speed data.
Wow, free unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigabytes of high-speed data.
Want to see if you qualify? Just visit your local Cellular One store today. You can walk out with a brand new smartphone and enjoy the biggest, most reliable network on the Navajo Nation. Cellular One, keeping you connected for over 30 years, and we're here to stay.
Injured player for Payson is Braddock Flaherty. You see him gingerly walking off with some assistance from Coach Burke and another member of the staff there. So Payson will be playing at least momentarily without a guy that I would identify as their top defensive back. So now take a look at Ruzma where he lines up here. It's first down and about 17 for Show Low. And are they going to attack whoever has come on to replace Flaherty? They're not going to attack on first down anyway. Jet Walker will carry for 5 and bring up second down and at about 12 to go. The Cougars parked at the 30-yard line of Payson right here at the 4-minute and 5 mark, and the clock counting down to this Sports Zone Game of the Week broadcast. Show Low Cougars football, the number 16 Show Low Cougars hosting number 9 Payson, final regular season game of the year. Our coverage presented by Hatch Toyota. Second down play from the gun. Straight drop, throw left side. There's Ruzma, and he is going to come back and make the catch, but a marker is down, and I wonder if they're going to get Ruzma on this one. Now, I didn't see the entire thing. I didn't see if there was any hand fighting going on. I didn't see what the defender was doing, but it kind of felt like Ruzma might have pushed off of the defender to come back to the football. And one way or the other, I'm not sure, but in this football game and in life, there are 3 certainties. There's death, there's taxes, and there are penalty flags. You're going to get a bunch of them. Okay.
Flag on the play, ruling on the field, illegal touching.
Okay, illegal touching is the penalty. Now, the official had called that, marked it. Clearly, Ruzma stepped out of bounds. You see it there with the left foot, but the official, he was looking up, kind of upper body at contact and didn't see the foot right there. Let me introduce you to our officials, which we really haven't done officially today. The referee is Quinn Ashton, the head linesman Joe Clare, the linesman is Tommy Puhuyama, the umpire is Aaron Hewish, and the back judge is Brian Lang. And here is a toss out of the backfield. That is going to be first down yardage on third down and 17. Jet Walker got 17 and change. 17 and a few inches is what Jet got on that play. Enough to move the chains for the Cougars and get that first down. Yeah, pretty good delivery right there by Cash, whose game as a quarterback has really elevated the last couple of weeks. Yeah, Walker with the carry, and he'll not get much out of it. In fact, he lost a yard on the play. Second down and 11 is the situation after the yard loss there. Landon Parton, a junior defensive end for the Longhorns, making the stop. Yeah, boy, I tell you, great play by Parton, coming downhill, dumping Walker in the backfield on that play. 2 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. Third quarter. Show Low taking a ton of time off the clock on this drive. Fake it, keep it. Cash Perkins, left side, inside the 10. Perkins bounces his way into the end zone for a Show Low touchdown. $19 yards to carry for Cash Perkins. And he is able to make this, for the moment, a 4-point game after he takes a hit right here inside the 5 and decides, I'm going to keep on trucking, fellas. Perkins across the line. The celebration for Show Low, and we'll see if they can make this now a 3-point game. All-important point after try coming up, but wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? Penalty marker down. We don't have our usual kind of in-depth statistical analysis of the game. We're not keeping those stats like we normally do in this one. But I'll tell you, we would be pushing a season high for our broadcasts in terms of number of penalty flags. This game has produced a ton of them. And Calvin Morgan is able to kick through the point after try. The junior kicker nails it. And our score is Payson 17, Show Low 14, and a great scoring drive put together by the Cougars. Stand by, everybody. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
Imagine watching your favorite team without a comfy couch to leap from when your team scores that winning touchdown, or a table for all of your favorite game time snacks, or even a media center to display your TV. Unthinkable. The Furniture Gallery, located in Snowflake, brings only the best to make your game time experience a winner. The Furniture Gallery will help make your house into a home, and they'll do whatever it takes to make you a customer for life.
Your neighbors and friends won't have to fake their enthusiasm over your new wall. With the durability and strength of precast Verticrete walls from Hatch Concrete is a solid investment. Enhance your property's value with a two-sided decorative concrete wall that's as stylish as it is affordable. No yearly repairs or restaining needed. Request a free estimate from Hatch Concrete today, where quality isn't just a name, but a tradition.
Payson on the return. And Johnny Football with a very nice return for the Longhorns. McInerney takes it into Show Low territory. So there's a quick answer to the Show Low scoring drive. A special teams play, and a pretty solid one at that. Is Johnny going to check out and get a rest right here? Man, I tell you, this guy has been beat up all night long. I don't know how many times he's touched the football, but every time he's touched it, he's taken a pretty good hit. Show Low's defense. So he'll check out of the game for a moment, and Payson's offense will begin after another penalty marker is down. So that's the deal. That's what's going on here.
Back to the 39-yard line, 1st and 10.
Is there's a better chance than not that there is going to be a penalty marker thrown at the end of this play right here on 1st down. Ball at the 39-yard line, Payson's own. And they'll hand it on the jet sweep, try to get around the left side. Great defense for the Show Low Cougars. Let's tell you who made the play before I tell you who made the yardage and lost the yardage. Corbin Wood coming in and making that great stop right there. And the guy that he stopped was Keaton Potter. Things were going bad for Keaton from the get-go. I mean, there was a lot of great middle of that defensive line penetration by Show Low, so they pushed the offensive line back in. And a couple of times Keaton had to kind of step in the wrong direction. Momentum wasn't there for him. Here's a little screen pass that doesn't develop. Not for much anyway. And about a 4-yard gain after the catch is made. Show Low checking in. And again, stopping it right there. About a 4-yard pickup is all Payson could manage on that screen pass. Under 90 seconds, now just under 90 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Third down and 8 for the Longhorns. Keeney steps up, and he's going to break that pocket and get himself a 1st down. That's a big run by Nolan, and it's going to be right at 14 yards to move the chains, put Payson into Show Low territory once again. I keep looking for flags out there. There was none that time to bring the play back, and we've seen that happen a few times. Dax Lamson piling up the quarterback right there at about the Show Low 46.5-yard line, and they'll actually put it at the 46. So it turns into a 15-yard gain, 2 receivers right, and a quick throw to the outside receiver. Interesting play design right there. And it forces the receiver inside, right into the jaws of the defense. I think everybody got a hand on the receiver. I'm not sure who gets credit for the final tackle on the play. It ends up being a 5-yard gain. The tough way. To the outside receiver. Going to throw again this time to the slot man, to the inside receiver. So it's a really interesting look on those two plays. It kind of feels like it was drawn up by a lineman, Coach Burke. So the second of those receptions, and this one results in the 1st down. You know, hey, it works, man. Marco G on that effort, and the guy previously on the previous play was Mason Herrera, and we come to the end of the 3rd quarter, everybody. Hey, how about the final 12 minutes in this one coming up? We got a great game, a 3-point Payson lead. This is the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
Hatch Toyota will pay the top dollar for your trade, whether you buy a vehicle from us or not. Get a free appraisal. Get a free Carfax report. Get a check. And we'll pay you up to 120% above Kelly Blue Book value. Hatch Toyota is buying quality late model vehicles. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall. Get an appraisal. Get a check. We want your vehicle and are willing to pay for it. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and HatchToyota.com.
In years past, when you needed expert medical care, you may have overlooked one credible local healthcare provider. White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic is your destination for specialized care, orthopedics, podiatry, behavioral health, and advanced interventional pain management. And it's all closer than you think. Located in Springerville, White Mountain Regional Medical Center is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Back to it, everybody. A first down play for the Payson offense. Payson leads Show Low 17-14. And a quick hitter on the right side that doesn't go for much. Doesn't go for anything, really. No gain on the play. Second down and 10 straight ahead for the Longhorns. We get this fourth quarter underway. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Fake it. Throw it. Dart caught. And a broken tackle. More yardage after the catch. And that turns into a big one for the Longhorns, operating from the 28-yard line. That big play puts it inside the 5. And what a great job by Mason Herrera. Hadn't been really involved much, has he? But look at him. Run the perfect slant, catch the ball, break a tackle there, and keep it alive and keep going. And he's got it to about the 4-yard line. So go 14 yards on the play. More than that. That's actually 24 yards on the play and a first down for the Longhorns. We get stoppage of play. Maybe two guys in motion, was that? Or some version of illegal procedure. Maybe some false start on the offense. They stopped it before the play could get snapped. The ball could get snapped. So mark it back 5. It's near the 10 now. About the 9-yard line is the line of scrimmage for Payson. 11 minutes remaining. You're listening live and local across the White Mountains on Mix 98 KRFM Show Low, the broadcast home of Sports Zone Radio, as well as the Sports Zone Radio YouTube and Facebook channels and the KRIM Radio streaming channel as well. Handoff around the right side. What an effort to get to the goal line. A burst of speed and a touchdown for the Payson Longhorns. Johnny Football taking it around that right side. Really impressed with McInerney and his effort all night. And just right there, that speed, I hadn't really felt like we saw that burst. But it's like he squared his shoulders and he sensed the goal line there, and it really turned on the afterburners, didn't he? Great run by McInerney and a 9-yard touchdown run for the Payson Longhorns. And here comes the point after. And the lead is 10 again for Payson. 24-14 over Show Low. From Show Low Ford Stadium, we'll return in a moment with the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
The gridiron is where teams come to battle and dominate. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders is that all-star teammate you need to dominate your project. They deliver all things dirt, from gravel, cinders, topsoil mulch, concrete materials, and more. Want to score big? Use the one that will get you that win. Perkins Cinders is helping you get a load of this.
So it's Payson jumping on the board again. And a big welcome back in, everybody, to our broadcast coverage of the Sports Zone Game of the Week. And We got a bit of a problem. I just want to tell to our producer, Derek Simmons. Derek, a problem. Problem with the ability to deliver on the instructions you are giving me for what happens at 9 o'clock. And it looks like it might be a significant problem. Here is ball fielded near the 10-yard line. Dane Rusma. That tackle not going to happen. Oh, and now he gets dragged down, and he gets hit high. And the defender then got lit up pretty good by one of those blockers for Show Low. The marker is down. That might be a horse collar. I didn't see if Preston Moore, who gets flagged right here, I didn't see if Preston got the face mask. We'll find out right here. And where did he get him? Horse collar, yep. All day long. Not hard to identify. And he just reached up and grabbed what he could, right? So after the tackle was made near the 23-yard line, they'll step 15 yards off that. And the ball out to the 38-37, about the 37-yard line for Show Low's offense with 10:33 remaining. And the Cougars will like to go on these long, time-consuming drives. We'll see if they decide to go a little more chunk play style on this one and see if they can get the ball to the end zone in quicker fashion than what we've been used to seeing. Dax Lamson going to get his number called. Straight up the middle he goes, 5 yards the gain, and he is tackled at the 42-yard line by the Payson defense. 10:15 on the clock in the fourth quarter. Payson 24, Show Low 14, our score here on our broadcast of the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's brought to you by Hatch Toyota. Let's see, 10 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter at the Tot Workman Dome. Very long Round Valley touchdown a moment ago, and believe this or not, sports fans, football fans, Round Valley leads Blue Ridge 35-0. 35-0, long pass down the right sideline, coming back to it is Dane Rusma. More flags flying, because what would the play be without a few flags? And we'll see what the officials have to say. The referee is not advancing upfield. It has that sense that it's going to go against the offense. It's pass interference on the offense is the call from the officials here. We're going to have a look again and see if we can find out where Dane Rusma was found guilty by a jury of his peers. There is that push in the back on the defender. And yes, I can see it. Yeah, I can definitely see where the officials came up with that. And the marker is going to bring it back after they step it off on Show Low. Well, it gave some life to the Show Low fans for a moment. But the air now taken out of the room. The ball back to the 27-yard line. And Cash Perkins and company, Show Low's offense, will have to go back to work here. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Show Low, Payson. And I'm a little bit stunned, I've got to be honest with you. Not surprised that Round Valley could beat Blue Ridge at their place tonight as you watch Jet Walker go for 3 yards. Jet feels like he should have done something more with it. Good defense right there. Nathan Sosi, the sophomore defender, putting a stop to Jet Walker's effort. And that was he just got a little piece of Jet to drop him right there. Third down 17 for Show Low. Big play right here. This is huge. Stepping up, Cash Perkins. He'll break that pocket. And look at him escape. Look at him get the yardage up the field, and he's going to get stopped short of a first down. But I thought that, well, listen, he added about 10 yards on top of that where I thought he was going to go down, but somehow he was able to evade defenders back there, and he turned that into a sizable gain. But is Show Low walking backwards yet again? Is there yet another penalty marker down? Here comes the umpire marking it back to the 25-yard line. I never saw the indication of what the penalty was, but there clearly was a penalty, wasn't there? It erases the great effort by the junior quarterback. 8:25 remaining in the fourth quarter, and the clock counting down. Show Low now, all of a sudden. That's a tough spot right there. Third down 22. And a timeout taken by the defense, I think.
Timeout, Payson.
Yeah, I think they did. Going to stay here for a moment. Stay here through this timeout and talk to you again about that game at the Dome. When are they going to develop the technology so that when the screen sees a heater like that I get the benefit of the heat as a viewer? When is that technology coming, Elon Musk? I mean, he does everything else. He's taking us to Mars. He can't give me a little bit of heat here for the broadcast? I'm freezing. I am not surprised that Round Valley could beat Blue Ridge, especially at their place. I'm surprised at 35-0. What in the world happened to the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets? They were 7-0. They were ranked as high as number 4 in the States. What happened to Blue Ridge? 3 straight losses by the time this one is done tonight at the Dome. 3 straight losses. Cash Perkins wrapped up, going nowhere. He is going to get stopped right there by that Payson defense, and the guy that gets the credit, Curtis Kelton, senior defensive lineman. Watch Curtis right here. He grabs a bit of the jersey, and then he hangs on for the 8-second ride. Big loss on the sack, 4th down play, and this is the last time Show Low can afford to surrender the ball. And they've actually got a new punter out there. The last punter was having his troubles, and so they've decided, let's bring somebody else out to try it out. And that's going to be a low bounding kick that is picked up at about the 44, 45-yard line by Payson. And some good speed to get that corner on the far side. Big hit. Knocked the man out inside the Show Low 40-yard line. The return man, Keaton Potter. Potter showing off his wheels. Pretty good return, actually. The end of the play here, you're going to see a big hit on that sideline. Who gets him? Jet Walker is right there. It's not Jet. For Show Low, the guy that delivers on the hit was Carter Alexander. Carter's been showing up with his nose in the middle of a few plays here lately. Well, Payson's got a golden opportunity right here. They can go a long way toward putting the game away if they can turn this short field possession into points. 24-14. Payson in front, but more importantly, at the Show Low 39-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. Keeney's going to hand it. The ball's on the ground, and Show Low, I think, has made the recovery, but they're not celebrating. So somehow Payson got back on top of the football. That was a big moment, big opportunity for Show Low. Trouble on the I see they tried to run the little scissors, didn't they, inside, and it just didn't work out. And if you're Payson, you're counting your lucky stars that Preston Moore was able to find the football and get on top of it. 5 yards the loss on the play, but more importantly, if you're Show Low, that whole thing, the whole exchange, everything, it's costing them upwards of 40 or 45 seconds of clock. So even though Payson lost 5 yards, I think Payson feels pretty happy about ticking off a bunch of that clock. Johnny McInerney carries the ball, and he's got 8 yards on that second down effort. Here comes 3rd down and 7 now for the Longhorns. So if the game stands as it is, it stays just like this, and Payson wins the football game, Johnny McInerney, I think, is I'm just going to say to our production team here, everybody gets to vote on the Sports Zone's player of the game. It's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. I got to feel like it's that kid right there, number 32. Johnny's had a day. He's found the end zone. He's run the ball a lot. He's played great defense. It's been a standout today. Fake it. And down the right sideline off the fingertips of the receiver. It's incomplete. And coming down a little bit hard on that shoulder was the receiver. That's Marco out there, Marco G. And really not a bad looking throw by Nolan Keeney. Keeney hasn't throwing the ball as much or as well as his season numbers indicate that he can, but he also could have used that reception by the receiver right there. Timeout is taken. We need to take a timeout. Do we have to grab one? We'll grab a timeout, everybody. Stand by on 4th down here. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
If you like rodeos and you like Christmas, then how about a cowboy Christmas at the National Finals Rodeo? Right now, when you choose the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint to replace your insured windshield, everyone gets steak dinner for 2 at Cattleman's Steakhouse and 2 movie tickets at the WME Theaters. Or you can choose a $100 gift certificate for window tint. And right now, everyone, cash or insurance, gets their name in the hat to win a vacation they will never forget. 2 premium tickets to see the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas, including 2 nights at Caesar's Palace and gas money. Don't miss out on steak dinners, movie tickets, window tint, and a shot at winning a trip to the National Finals Rodeo in December.
536-5972 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cash Back. Woohoo!
So 5:43 remains in the game, and a quick kick on 4th down. And Payson is going to get that ball to angle out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. Pretty good job by the Longhorns. Little old school football right there. Line up in the short shotgun, and then a little pooch punt, quick kick. Well, the quick kick comes on 2nd or 3rd down, right? Usually 3rd down. Nobody does that anymore. That is really old school football. And we've got 5.5 or just north of 5.5 minutes remaining in regulation of this 3A East showdown between the previously unbeaten in region play, Payson Longhorns. They have a 4-0 region mark coming in, a 7-2 overall record, ranked number 9 in the state. And they're playing right up to that right now against the Show Low Cougars. Down the field it goes, and the pass is picked off. Intercepted, and the ball comes out after the interception. It's loose on the ground, recovered by Payson. Marker, of course there's a marker down at the end of the play. Why wouldn't there be? But what a play. Athletic play by Mason Herrera for Payson, and that is not going to seal the thing because with 5:24 left, there's really is a lot of time in a 2-score game, especially if one of those scores is a field goal. So there's a lot of time here for Show Low as you watch Cash Perkins trying to go to work, trying to buy some time there. And his pass, it was really 2 or 3 steps short for the receiver, and Herrera took advantage of that. He was able to make up some ground, come across, get the interception. At the end of it, Payson is at the Show Low 37-yard line with a 1st down. Fake it and throw quickly on the slant. Incomplete pass right off the hands of the intended receiver. Looking for Marco G, and a good look there at one of those defenders on the play, Jed Walker. Little surprised to see Coach Burke run a play like that in the circumstance and situation we find ourselves in right here. Something tells me on 2nd down he's going to stay on the ground with it this time. 2nd and 10, and that's exactly what he does. Johnny Football. I'll bring it across the, well, there's a marker down. 2 men in motion at the snap. That's what that is, the illegal motion. 5-yard mark off against the Payson Longhorns. Let me see, do we have a close-up shot on Johnny Football right there? Does he got a neck roll? Is he one of those guys? Is he one of those neck roll running backs? Number 32? Let's have a look at Johnny. I mean, because, I just love those kind of dudes. They're not real shifty. They don't have a lot of, there he is, got a black neck roll right there. They don't have a lot of left and right lateral movement. They wear a neck roll for a reason because they're not going to shift. They're just going to run straight at you. And a little scissors, inside give. And that'll produce about a 7-yard gain on the play. It didn't quite develop the way Payson hoped. Keaton Potter is the guy that got it First, the give inside to Johnny, and then Potter got it, and out rushes the head coach, Brian Burke. Boy, is there a training staff for Payson? Because every time someone goes down, Coach Burke is the first guy on the scene, and I like that because just shows his dedication to the guys. But I'm always looking for somebody with, some medical equipment, maybe a bag or something to come out, and it's always Coach Burke on the scene. He's got an injured guy down. We'll hope he's okay. We've got 4 minutes and 42 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter of this showdown. There's Show Low's defense. Taking a knee. And the injured player is still on the ground. 24-14 our score. Payson in front of Show Low. Last updated score from the Todd Workman Dome. Round Valley 35, Blue Ridge nothing. What has happened to the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets? Seems as if the wheels are off for the moment. They've got some work to do to get ready for the playoffs next week and get themselves in a different state, I guess. Still, by the way, working on the injured player. Looks like he's going to get a hand up. Taking some time. Well, that young man has kind of had a rough day. That's about the second or third time we've seen him leave getting banged up out there. We're talking about Sebastian McKinnon. And he looks all right. He's certainly walking off under his own power. So we think Sebastian will be fine, but he's had a rough go of it tonight against Show Low. Am I looking at a Wheel of Fortune? Or is that the Price is Right wheel right there? What is it, Wheel of Fortune? Where they make their play calls, signal in from the sideline? Is that what that is? Interesting approach there, Coach Burke. 3rd down and 8 coming up. Payson at the Show Low 35-yard line. The injured player is off the field, and we're back to the action here. 24-14, Payson in front. And the Longhorns are throwing. A little surprised, to be honest with you. And they're going to complete the pass. Show Low defensively says, yeah, you can complete the pass, but you're not going to do much with it. McInerney. Is he pretty much gassed out there right now? I think he is. Was that Quentin Jade? Am I pronouncing that correctly for Show Low, the defensive player that got there to make that play? Something like that. Timeout is taken with 4 minutes and 26 seconds remaining. Longhorns at this point, they just seem like they want to burn a lot of clock, and yet they're throwing the football, which I find a little bit surprising. Of course, they do want to keep this drive extended, and running the football on 3rd down and long right there was probably the odds were not in their favor. How about the rest of the 3A and interesting games out there, right? Benjamin Franklin hosting Valley Christian, big one there. That's a big one for sure. Dysart hosting ALA West Foothills. Is Dysart for real? We're going to find out. Mojave hosting Sabino. Well, Sabino hadn't had a great year. On 4th and 11, Payson will fake the punt and surrender the football to Show Low after a modest gain, maybe 3 yards on the play. And several of those defenders for the Cougars met the punter and kind of rudely. Talon Sloan, one of those guys, right in the middle of it for Show Low. Well, let's find out what this flag is about. You knew there was going to be another flag. This one is unsportsmanlike on the Show Low Cougars, and that is not what you need, and in fact, that's not acceptable in the circumstances. 4 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in regulation of a game that you still have time and opportunity to come back on and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, potentially. Let's see if we can see anything at the end of the play here. Didn't see where the penalty marker came out on, but unsportsmanlike on Show Low. They're going to get the football. But the penalty hurts. Here it is. First down, throw it. And it's Chris York-Smith catching the football from his tight end spot. And who else? Who else there to make the play? Johnny Football on the defense.
Short of the first down, bringing up 2nd and 4.
4 minutes now remaining here in regulation. That was a gain of 7 yards on the play by York-Smith. Throw it deep, and it's intercepted, overthrown, and that's a second interception here in the fourth quarter. Well, that young man right there, he's just out there patrolling, playing center field, isn't he? Mason Herrera, I'll tell you this, as you watch Johnny McInerney, he's got his helmet off. The helmet came off during the play there. He'll come off the field. Might have been a little bit heated. Teammates were helping to keep him calm, whatever happened there. I'll say this about that defender right there, Mason Herrera. The New York Yankees could have used that guy the way he plays defense. The Yankees couldn't come up with the defensive plays when they needed them against my beloved LA Dodgers in that World Series. The Yankees defense stunk. Let's call it what it is. Mason Herrera would have helped them a lot. He has played superb defense for Payson. And he has helped lock him down, helped lock down Show Low in this fourth quarter. There's a nice gain on first down. It'll be a nearer first down. Another first down for Payson, and a gain of right at about 11 yards. First time that we've seen Bert Shear, I think, run the football in the entire game. Shear is one of the key runners in their attack here coming into the game, but he has been mostly silent for the team, and he comes up with a nice gain right there, about 11 yards on the play. Clock is counting, down to 3:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. Payson the football inside the Show Low 30-yard line now. And a quarterback sack. Well, Cooper Peck seems like he makes a living out of doing that at least once a game, and there he is to drop the quarterback. Nolan Keeney just really never got the thing started, and it ends up being about an 8-yard loss on the play, maybe 9. The ball out to the 35.5-yard line. And a timeout. So our playoff coverage will begin next week here at the Sports Zone. And, of course, we don't know what that looks like yet. But we're going to invite you to join us. Join us for the coverage. Next Friday night, home of the highest seed, 1 versus 16, 2 versus 15, and so on and so forth. Got to make the top 16 in the rankings to get into the playoffs. If you win the region, if you win the 3A East, it just does not matter. It doesn't get you anything except a plaque, a trophy from the powers that be at the region level, but it doesn't guarantee the playoffs. You've got to get into the top 16, but plenty of teams from the East are going to make it in. I think 4 teams, even with Show Low, if they should lose this game tonight. Good defensive play. A lot of hustle there for the Show Low Cougars, and there were multiple guys on that defensive play. I'm going to give Jacob Murray a lot of credit. A big fellow right there in the middle of your screen, and he takes up a lot of that screen, doesn't he? But watch him with the hustle here. He never gave up on it. He continued on, and, just his mere presence started the running back falling to the turf. Great play by Jacob. Big fella was relentless. About third down and about 24. 3rd and 24 for the Payson offense. Keep it on the ground. Try to use some of that clock. We're down to 2:20 remaining. And that'll get stopped in a hurry. Not much room there for Shear. In fact, he lost a yard on the play. 4th and now 25. 4th and 25 punt team coming to the field. And the Longhorns are going to use as much time as they can. I don't know what happened to the play clock, but I know the officials keep it. They've got their own clock keeping system. But we've lost the field play clock. Payson will use as much of that. If I were Payson, I would take a delay right here, but they're not going to do that. Here's a kick that gets away quickly. Fielded. Jet Walker, the 12-yard line, and Jet is out of bounds. And there's a marker down. Why not? Another penalty to add to the numerous penalties in this one tonight. They'll wave it off this time.
That's been waved off.
Many flags as we've seen in this one tonight. Might have wore out a couple of them. Might need to get a couple of new flags for next week's playoffs. 90 seconds left in this fourth quarter. The Cougars have time, but it's almost miracle time is what they're going to need. And Payson will ask for and get a timeout here in this fourth quarter. How about that Hail Mary that for the Commanders this past NFL weekend? The Hail Mary that Chicago Bears fans. I've seen some incredible video of Bears fans with their disappointment after the loss. After the Hail Mary, getting their hearts broken in classic kind of Chicago Bear fan style. Will there be a Hail Mary at the end of this one? We'll find out. Hey, who among you out there can answer this question? Let's see if my esteemed colleagues on the production team can answer this question. Give me the name of the quarterback that is responsible for christening that play, that throw like that as the Hail Mary. Who gave us that? Our technical director got it right. Nailed it. Well done. Dustin Simmons, the technical director. He said it was Roger Staubach. Deep pass caught. Jet Walker inside. The Payson 30-yard line. They'll stop the clock for a moment to move the chains. And a huge pickup on the play. Show Low takes it deep into Payson territory. A beautiful pass delivered by Cash Perkins. They're going to hustle to the line. The clock has started running again. Show Low is at about the 28-yard line of Payson. Perkins rolling left. There's a lot of pressure on that side and a hold. Yeah, those offensive linemen trying to protect their quarterback the best they can, but not going to get away with it this time. There's going to be a holding penalty on Riker Ellsworth. Riker Ellsworth out there trying to protect his quarterback, Cash Perkins, and he grabbed a fistful of jersey. So the mark-off takes place, 10-yard penalty. It'll be first down and 20 now for Show Low, and they have lost about, so far, 15 seconds. And they're going to hustle to the line and try to not lose any more if they can. And here comes the clock. They still haven't started it. Doesn't matter now, it'll start. And here comes Cash Perkins to work. Flushed, throws, deep, jump ball. And it's caught! Jet Walker makes the catch with two defenders draped there on him. And Walker's in the end zone. A 38-yard Show Low touchdown. Jet Walker comes through. He's got two defenders flanking him out there. He went up and battled for it, and Walker came down with it. To the end zone he goes with 54 seconds left in this one. And Show Low trying to make it a 3-point game. It's a big moment for Calvin Morgan.
Flag on the play.
Of course there's a marker. I'm just a little shocked there wasn't a marker on the previous play. Now look at this. Now the ball's going to go to the 1.5-yard line. Will Show Low still kick it? Yeah, they're going to go conservatively here, and they're going to decide, yes, we are going to kick the football and try to make it a one, get the one to make it a 3-point game. If they brought the offense back out and got the 2-point conversion, a field goal could win it for them. Not going to do that. They would opt for overtime on a made field goal down the stretch here. And that, of course, is if they can get the onside kick, which is coming up in just a moment with 54 seconds left. Take another look at Jet Walker coming down with this one. Two defenders right there. The ball did bobble. You see it right there. And Mason Herrera, who's been a hero for Payson here in the fourth quarter, 2 interceptions. That time was unable to do anything about Jet Walker. As he was able to get the tipped pass, it bobbled a bit. Jet was able to bring it down, and a 38-yard touchdown to give Show Low some life right here. Maybe we'll see that Hail Mary. Maybe we'll see what Roger Staubach came up with in the 1970s. Maybe we'll see. And the onside try. This one's going to bound high, and it may be a little bit too much on it. That went all the way back to the 40-yard line before the recovery was made by Payson, and should result in a Payson victory. But wow, what a finish to this one. Show Low making a game out of it. Well, the Show Low Cougars have really fought well in this game, and they made it a close one, and Payson going to victory formation now. Cougars bust through at that front line. But all Payson has to do is snap the ball one more time. Show Low out of timeouts. Here's the final snap. The Longhorns will collect the victory. They will run the table in the region. Finish the regular season 8-2. And the Payson Longhorns are the 3A East Region champions. They won't have to snap it again. The teams will get to their sidelines and start the handshake procession here in just a moment. Meanwhile, the Round Valley Elks have their game well in hand against the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. Payson is your 3A East Region champions. If you're listening on our radio broadcast, we want to apologize to you because there is music playing. We understand that. And we are having a technical problem that is preventing us from being able to fix an issue with that. Payson gets out there, stays out there. The officials made them run the entire clock out, and that's exactly what did happen. And we're at the end of this one, everybody. How about it, huh? Payson 24, Show Low 21. This Cougar team they're relentless. Exciting moments. There with the touchdown pass to Jet Walker and give themselves a chance. And unfortunately, the Cougars were unable to get the onside kick for Payson. They've got to feel good about themselves going into the upcoming playoffs. And we're going to get on to our post-game wrap-up here in a moment. We'll announce the Sports Zone's player of the game. It's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. We'll return to Show Low High School in a moment, everybody. The Sports Zone Game of the Week has been presented by Hatch Toyota.
The Factory Challenge is on! And Hatch Toyota in Show Low is stepping up! The factory has challenged us to sell 50 new Tundras by the end of the month. And guess what? We're gonna crush it. Every single Tundra, in every trim, every option, and every color will be sold at factory invoice. You heard that right. You pay exactly what we pay, straight from the factory. You'll save thousands. We'll even show you the factory invoice. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price you'll find anywhere. This is your chance to drive off in the toughest, most reliable truck on the road without breaking the bank. The challenge is real, and the savings are massive. The clock is ticking. Get to Hatch Toyota in Show Low today and take advantage of factory invoice pricing on every new Tundra before time runs out. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and online at HatchToyota.com. Official automotive sponsors of the NFL. Get the best deals of the year during the Factory Challenge.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
If you like rodeos and you like Christmas, then how about a cowboy Christmas at the National Finals Rodeo? Right now, when you choose the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint to replace your insured windshield, everyone gets steak dinner for two at Cattleman Steakhouse and 2 movie tickets at the WME Theaters. Or you can choose a $100 gift certificate for window tint. And right now, everyone, cash or insurance, gets their name in the hat to win a vacation they will never forget. 2 premium tickets to see the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas, including 2 nights at Caesar's Palace and gas money. Don't miss out on steak dinners, movie tickets, window tint, and a shot at winning a trip to the National Finals Rodeo in December.
536-597 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass cash back to you. Woohoo!
In years past, when you needed expert medical care, you may have overlooked one credible local healthcare provider. White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic is your destination for specialized care, orthopedics, podiatry, behavioral health, and advanced interventional pain management. And it's all closer than you think. Located in Springerville, White Mountain Regional Medical Center is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Well, the Show Low Cougars fought valiantly, and kind of a signature of this Show Low team is that they just don't give up. There's no quit in the Show Low team. We've seen examples of that even when they lost big to Thatcher this year. They played, I thought, a lot better than the score indicated, and they never gave up in that game. Played hard to the very end. Here in this one tonight against the Payson Longhorns, the now 3A East Region champions, well, Show Low never gave up, and they fought to the end. Take a look at some of the highlights in this one today, everybody, as we get into our postgame wrap-up. And welcome you back to the Sports Zone Game of the Week broadcast presented by Hatch Toyota. And a little shout-out to our friends at KRIM Radio and the KRIM broadcasting live stream platform. I don't have a lot of details on that, but we were thrilled to be able to help out a friend in the business down in the Payson area, and certainly hope that we lived up to at least some measure of your expectations, guys. Congratulations to Payson, 24-21. They come to Show Low, get a victory, and cap off a perfect East Region season here in 2024. And it wasn't long ago Payson had their last East Region championship. This is a team that's doing well under Brian Burke and company, and they finished the regular season now 8-2. Show Low is now 4-6 for the season, and now we wait and see overnight, find out what the algorithm has to say about the Cougars, who came into the game ranked number 16, But playing a better team, a higher-ranked team, generally helps you at least a little bit in that regard. And I said earlier, and I'll say it again, I think Show Low is going to make the playoffs. But I'm also going to look at the outcome of the games featuring teams that are ranked around them. We'll do that here in a little bit. In a few moments, we will speak to our Sports Zone player of the game, and we think that Coach Burke is going to give us the opportunity to talk to one of his guys. We don't have stats on this, and I apologize for that. We might make some stats up. How does that sound? The objective here will be to talk to Johnny Football, Johnny McInerney, the running back, linebacker, and a young man that had a great game out there, a tone-setting game for the Payson Longhorns. You're going to see a lot of number 32 on those highlights out there, running the football, tackling guys with the football in hand. Scored at least a touchdown tonight for the Longhorns. And he is our Sports Zone player of the game. It's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. We'll get that chance to talk to him. I believe we'll be able to talk to him here real soon. Payson, tonight's victory. What will happen to their number 9 ranking? And will they get a home playoff game? That's the question. That's a big question. Will tonight's victory do something to allow them to jump into the top 8 and play at home next week? We don't know. By the way, folks, I'm typing in the personal key here, which I did, and which did not help me. It's some technical problem we're trying to solve for you, for our radio audience in particular. We continue to wait for the appearance of our Sports Zone player of the game here in a bit. For the Show Low Cougars, I do have to say, again, they battled to the bitter end in this one here tonight. There's really no quit in this Show Low team. They never say die. I think a lot of that is, embodied in their young quarterback, Cash Perkins. He's a junior, and Cash he's a cowboy. I don't know any other way to put it. That's one of the reasons I think you see a lot of these Payson Longhorn kids are so tough and resilient, and they never quit battling, quit fighting, because there's a lot of cowboy tradition there in Payson, and Cash comes from a cowboy family. I think Cash himself, is he a bull rider, or is he a bronc rider, or a roper? I don't know. He's a cowboy though, and those guys, they're tough as nails, and they'll never give up on you. They'll never quit on you. Cash played a great game. You saw him throw the touchdown there in the final minute, to his teammate, Jet Walker. The onside kick attempt after that was unsuccessful, and that's kind of how that ended. Does look like we've got a young man standing by, ready to join us and discuss. Make sure that, I don't know if the microphone is on there, guys. You want to make sure. Talk to me for a second, young man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. We got you. My bad on that. I questioned it. I needed not to question. Let's get into our postgame wrap-up, everybody. Welcome in to Show Low High School on the final regular season weekend of football for the 3A Conference here in Arizona, 2024. Floyd Simmons right here, and the Sports Zone Game of the Week broadcast is presented by Hatch Toyota. And here at Show Low tonight, Payson has come to town. Payson got a victory, 24-21 over Show Low. For the Longhorns, they are the 3A East Region champions. And in no small way, this young man that we'll talk to, our player of the game tonight, contributed big in the victory for Payson. Our Sports Zone player of the game is presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center, and the young man there is Johnny McInerney. I hope I pronounced it right, Johnny. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And did I pronounce it right for you?
It was very close. It's McInerney.
McInerney.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I thought I said that, but whatever I said, I congratulate you on the win. Wow, what a game for you and the guys tonight. How did you feel about it?
I mean, we came into this game really prepared. We've been practicing all week for them, but it was a close battle, but we just stuck together as a team and just finished it all throughout. So
Well, I've been calling you Johnny Football all game long. I hope you don't mind that, okay?
That sounds good.
All right.
You, sir.
Great job by you tonight out there. Man, I mean, you didn't take much time off. You played the whole game. How exhausted were you by the end of this one tonight?
I was pretty exhausted, but honestly, that doesn't mean much to me. When it's for my teammates and just for this win, Lord, that's all I needed. And then when I praise the Lord up above, that's all I need. It's just Him.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Johnny. And so let's dig into the game a little bit. You found the end zone a couple of times. You ran the ball a lot. I don't know how up-to-date or accurate the stats are for you on this game. You had less than 300 yards rushing, if I read the numbers right, coming into the game. But tonight, I'm sure you were north of 100 against the Show Low defense. Do you run the ball a lot normally? Did you carry the ball more than normal tonight? Let me put it that way.
Yeah, I believe I did. It's because we have me and this other running back, number 5, we rotate a lot, but he got hurt in the first quarter, so I had to take a lot of the runs and just do it myself. But I couldn't do it myself without my line, without my quarterbacks just helping me with it through it.
A lot of the runs, a lot of the abuse that you took, and you're talking about Bert Shear, right? Your teammate, Bert?
Yes, sir, Bert Shear.
Yeah. Okay, so we mentioned his name. How about mentioning the names of your interior linemen, the guys up front? You know you want to give the big boys a little love, don't you?
So, yeah, I'm going to mention all of them. We got Braden Lee, number 55. He's one of our guards. We got 57, Cody Ambrosini. He's really working hard. He's been training. He's one of our seniors. We got 69, I believe, Joe Dowguy. He's our center. Big guy out there just kicking ass for me and just helping me out. We got 60, Sebastian McKinney. He's always working, flying for me. Then we got 77, Bryson Eccles. He's just running behind him. It's like a gift. He's just a big guy and he just keeps on pushing. So I give all my credit to those guys because without them, I'm nothing.
Beep. A little late on the beeper there. Hey, Johnny, let me ask you about a defender on your team out there, number 18, Mason Herrera. 2 big interceptions in that fourth quarter for your team.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's been doing that all year for us. He holds the record, I think, for our school right now. Maybe even all time. He's just been doing it really well this year. It's his senior year, so we're definitely going to miss him next year, but he's been flying around helping us all year with that.
So you guys have had a great year, and you finished the region season unbeaten. You come off last week's disappointing loss to Valley Christian, but bounced right back tonight with the big win. So tell me how prepared you think the Longhorns are for the upcoming postseason run.
I think we're ready. It's been last year we came up short against it, and that's stuck in our hearts. So we're going to come up and we're going to fly, and we're just going to have a great postseason, I believe.
All right, listen, it's not very often anymore these days that you see too many guys out there, too many kids playing high school football wearing neck rolls. Can we get a little shot of that? Can we see the neck roll? I want to see that bad boy right there.
Do you want sideways or backways?
Yeah, that's good right there. That's a good look at it. Listen, Johnny, guys that wear neck rolls, they're all about business, aren't they? I mean, you don't put the neck roll on and then try to shift and juke and try to run away from guys. You're just running right into contact, aren't you?
Yes, sir. I mean, my coach is always telling me to try to move around, but that's just never how I've been. I've been always just a head down type of runner.
Just a north-south guy, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Now, are you a cowboy?
I'm not.
You're not a cowboy.
No, but I do love those outside because that's what we got to do in Payson. Just go outside, but I wouldn't say myself as a cowboy.
Go outside, throw rocks, do stuff like that,
yes,
right?
Sir, yes, sir.
All right, Johnny, listen, congratulations. Great job by you and the team. Congratulations on the victory. Enjoy this one, and we've got a great T-shirt for you, by the way, as well, okay?
Thank you so much.
And you are our player of the game, all right?
Thank you. You have a great night, man.
You got it. There's Johnny McInerney. Johnny McInerney. He is the Sports Zone's player of the game. It's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. He turned in a good one tonight. Tons of rushing yardage, tons of tackles. Just a blue-collar guy that got it done. And, yes, indeed, he wears a neck roll for sure. And look at that. He even got some pyrotechnics here, some fireworks in celebration of his efforts tonight. I know that was actually for the Show Low Cougars. Hey, listen, everybody. We certainly appreciated having you along for the ride. We're gonna dip out of our post game here a little bit early, and get some stuff done and go about setting you up for the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show right here on Mix 98 KRFM. Okay, so stand by for it. You'll get some music here for a little bit, and then we'll go about working on a technical issue to see if we can bring you the rest of our broadcast coverage here of the Friday Night Football Show. I want to thank our entire crew, led by our producer, Derek Simmons. Great job as always, Derek, as we get into the colder weather here now. A big thank you to our technical director. That's Dustin Simmons, turning in a good one tonight as well for the team, and on camera tonight, Big Sean Ulvestad. For the entire crew, Floyd Simmons, thanking you for joining us. Reminding you of the final score, Payson 24, Show Low 21. in this broadcast of the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Until next time, God bless you. We'll see you real soon on the next broadcast of the Game of the Week right here at the Sports Zone. Good night from Show Low.